soon as damn, I forgot his name again.
Jonathan Owens.
The Simone Biles' husband?
Mhm.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as Simone Biles' husband stopped talking.
Oh shit! I'll tell you his name. I'm not having it. You not taking no hole from me, my nigga. Again, in my theory, she's been the pursuer and her have been meeting up at this at this grocery store for weeks. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me.
I don't like his sentiment of because you're a man, you should have done more to not be sexually assaulted.
That's real power bottom.
Damn. This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them for during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
Live and in full effect.
Here.
We here with it.
What is good?
It's time to go, man. We got to get started. I don't even want to hold y'all. We got to get to this music real quick. I got a good one for y'all, so let's get it. All right, I'm ready. I'm turned up. I'm excited.
I'm glad. I love that.
We good. You ready?
Excitement. Energy.
Did that get you where you needed to go? Because
More
it got
energy.
me.
Well, no.
It did?
No. The music that turns you up is not the same music that turns me up, baby.
Right.
We know this though.
Don't worry. I'm gonna get some little some pianos in the next one. Get some pianos, a little guitar in there, maybe some drums, some additional drums. Will that work? Would that be better?
I just need you to play some Africans or some Caribbeans.
All right.
None of the African American nonsense.
All right, we'll hit some jars on the next. On the next go round.
I'll pick the songs for the next one. You did the last couple ones, so I'll do the next one.
All right, so let's get into it. You are now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Rhetoric, and I'm with my lovely and amazing and pink co-host,
Everything Pink.
Miss
Period.
Reality. So shout out to her.
Hi guys. What's going on?
All right, so we got to get into it. Let's get into the show, man. Holiday season's coming around. I think we had a good holiday. You think so? I think it was successful.
It was cute.
I think we did our thing.
We did.
But I think we need to tell the story of what happened, man. I never thought I would ever be put in this position ever in my life. This is something straight out of a Lifetime movie.
First of all, I am an attractive woman.
No one's saying that you're not. This has almost zero to do with your attractiveness.
I have a past.
Gasp. I need a gasp. We'll start with this.
Damn.
I feel lied to. So I think we just need to straight up and tell the people what happened. So
I was doing my wifely duties.
Hold on. Are we going to tell your story, or do we need to tell the truth of my story? Which is, do you want me to tell my theory?
Whatever you tell is going to be nonsense.
Should I tell my theory first? I think I should tell my theory first because it's going to be way better. So
yeah,
okay,
I
this
hope
is what
you
I need to understand. So Farrah,
let the people know it's a theory and not the fucking truth.
this is my theory. Okay, so Farrah, the beautiful woman that she is, she usually does our grocery shopping. So she's told me lately that she's changed grocery stores for good reason.
For economic reasons.
For good reason. I'm not saying that it's a problem, but this change happened.
It did.
So in my mind, okay, that's not weird. Until this past time, her last visit, I asked the right question. Because normally I'm just like, oh, you back from the grocery store? We don't even talk about the run. But I think this time she wasn't able to withhold information from me because I asked a good question. Did anything interesting happen at the grocery store?
I was like, actually, yes.
And she said she had the audacity. Oh my goodness. The audacity to say, yeah, it did. So now, my curious self, I have to go into what happens. She tells me that she ran into an ex at the grocery store during Christmas time. Is that not a Lifetime movie?
X is crazy.
So is this not an ex?
No, because we were not together.
So this is the old work.
This is somebody that pursued me
Pursued. Okay. So we have a pursuer here.
Yeah.
Okay. So she ran into her pursuer again. In my theory, she's been the pursuer and her have been meeting up at this at this grocery store for weeks.
So I've been cheating on my husband.
I haven't said you've done anything. I just said you've been meeting with the man, and I haven't asked the right questions to know what's been going on. So potentially you may have been withholding information from me.
No, this is the first time I've ever run into somebody that I used to talk to when we've been together. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and my story, they're on their rendezvous at the frozen meat section. And this is the first time she accidentally wears her ring because he speaks on it.
I accidentally wear my ring?
And then she burst his little bubble because she tells him, "I'm sorry, but another one chose me before you, lad." And now, again, I don't even know what to think.
Technically, he chose me before you did. I just didn't let him.
So why are you meeting at this gentleman at the grocery store?
What do you mean why?
I just want to know. Why are you?
What do you mean why?
Why? How? When is this? The third rendezvous?
Can we? All right. So let me tell y'all the truth this time of what actually happened. I'm at the grocery store, literally minding my Haitian American business, and I'm walking, and then I hear somebody say my name.
What? What name did he say?
Farrah?
Okay. I didn't know. You go by a lot of different aliases. And
I look up and I'm like, oh shit. Why did you even try to catch my attention?
See, in my vision, like in my theory, he's like probably like 3 inches taller than me. You know, probably got like some good traps. Hairline crisp. So that's what I'm hearing when I hear this. Would you care to describe the individual?
All of those things are true.
He's taller than me?
Y'all might be the same height.
I gotta fight this nigga, yo. I'm going to the next time. You're not allowed to go to the grocery store by yourself anymore.
I don't remember what college he went to, but I know he played football in college.
I can still take him. I didn't push some football players through a door.
Yeah.
So I could take him.
Y'all are the same height, though. Probably.
Nigga chiseled still?
He was never really chiseled. He gives
what position did he play?
He's a big nigga.
So he's like offensive line?
He was hitting niggas.
Yeah, okay, I can take that nigga.
He was
offensive line, I can take him.
He definitely, I don't think he was like a runner.
Yeah, I was distraught the whole time.
But also, I didn't get to know that much about him, you know? So I have no fucking clue. I could be completely wrong. But I do know he played football in college. So I'm just walking past, he calls me, and I'm like, "Oh, hey." Like, and then he immediately while I'm replying to him calling me, he looks down at my hand and sees my ring, and the next thing he says after me saying hi is, "You're married now?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "How long?" And I was like 8 months now. And he was like, "Oh, okay."
That's hate.
And I was like,
don't be hating.
Whole time I'm like slowly pushing my cart like away, like I'm not staying here to have a conversation. Also, please don't continue talking.
Also, in my theory, he paid for the food. So like I really been upset for the last few days because I feel like I'm eating another nigga money.
And where that theory falls through is their Apple Pay wasn't working, so I had to come home and get my card so that I could go back to the grocery store to pay for the groceries. So, that shit don't even make no sense.
Sure, she wasn't picking something else up for the rendezvous. I just fucking with you.
I know he doesn't actually think I'm cheating on him because that would be crazy. It would be not this light of a conversation.
No, definitely.
But yeah.
It would have been on. It would have been on a 6 o'clock news.
That was in a different time in my life. I ghosted that man twice. Yeah. So when he called me, I was like, why would you even if somebody ghosted me 2 times? Like if I see you in public, and I didn't see him first. He saw me first.
Football players don't take no for an answer.
He saw me first, so I would have ignored me if I was him, but he didn't do that.
Like I said, football players don't like football players because like they get head injuries. They just think other people are on the same like mental. So they just think that, like, oh, I can get a chance with this girl at any time. Who's not going to fuck the third string offensive lineman? Nigga, don't speak to my woman no more. Right? You see her, you fucking look down, nigga. Real
that
shit
shit was crazy though. I was so uncomfortable.
You should have been. You should have called me just to go up there. I'd have left whatever I was doing. Just pulled up.
That was unnecessary. He was in the checkout line.
Whatever. I'd have pushed his little cart over
me.
And took his little quarter.
Because you know how Aldi has that. It's only like so I was walking through like the middle where people have to like split up to let you walk past, and he was like in the back.
Don't do that no more. Mind your business next time, bro. Real shit.
And there was an old man that was like in front of me, like in front of him in the line, that like was listening to us have a conversation. And when he was like, "You married now?" he made a face.
Yeah.
The old black man that was in front of us was like, "Yeah."
Y'all gotta understand too. This was
Young
like,
man, she's taken now.
Y'all gotta understand too. This was like right before Christmas too. So like,
yeah.
Again, I'm seeing this all happen while I'm at home, trying to get my work done.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to come home to hear my woman say that she was frolicking with a past associate of the male
frolicking
in the grocery store.
I was not gallivanting with that man.
It was hurtful. I was going through changes. I ain't gonna lie. I had to recover.
I'm going through changes.
I was going through some changes, so. But I'm all right now. I didn't fix myself. I didn't got myself together. Reevaluated some things.
Yeah. I'm a prize.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a catch.
So we gonna get into
and
this
he
now.
was trying to catch me again for the third time.
Like I said, we're gonna get into these football players now. So we can get into Simone Biles. All right, so this has been having the internet going through a storm. It's crazy.
It has been. So I specifically did not watch this clip because of the reaction around it that I was seeing. And I was like, I don't feel like raising my blood pressure. I don't feel like listening to men say things that will piss me off, because I have to do that on a regular basis just against my will.
That is not true. I be kicking shit that you love, so don't even do that.
So I just didn't click on it until today because I had to watch it for the show. When I finally clicked on it and listened to it, I was like, this is what y'all are up in arms about? Like, if you watch the clip, so are we going to play it?
I can play it right now. Hold
okay, go ahead. Let's play it for you guys, because this is not what I thought everyone was so upset about.
For a couple of days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics, I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, so I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday.
He was like, I'm gonna start some mess.
And we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened, everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men a catch, man. I always say
about
men a
it.
catch, man.
Talk about it.
So she really booked you.
She did, though. And then the rest is history, man.
What is this interviewer's name? Do you know his name?
Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark had that loaded in the clip. It was bubbling inside him. He was like, ooh, a viral moment. Like he had that shit loaded up. And as soon as damn, I forgot his name again.
Jonathan Owens.
The Simone Biles' husband?
Mm-hmm.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as Simone Biles' husband stopped talking.
Oh, shit. I tell you his name for you to just completely disregard it. That's crazy.
As soon as her husband stops talking, he's like, so you was a catch? He couldn't wait to do that shit. And I'm not even mad at you. You did your job as a podcast host. We talking about it. So, period.
So let's get into just the first part of it that had, I think most people
Are we going to play the rest of it, though?
You want to?
No. Play the second thing he says, too, because I want everyone to hear this and know that he was the instigator. The interviewer.
So you was really the catch in...
I always say the men are catch, man. I always say we the catch.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud,
this part
was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
That's the moment that he was trying to get. He was trying to break that news. We can stop it.
I was afraid to commit.
Why you want? And my boy said he was afraid to commit. Don't do that. So.
No, he said he was a football. He's a football player. His first 3 years in the NFL. He was trying to knock shit down.
He was in college. He was still in college.
Oh yeah, he was trying to knock shit down. Like that's what he was trying to do. So
all right, so let's get into the first thing. I don't want to get too much into the drama just yet. Let's just start with the first part. He said, "Are men the catch or quote unquote the men the prize part?" I think this is pretty clear. It is definitely the men the prize. Even if you're an amazing Olympic gymnast, you're still going to be the prize. So even like, let's ask, you know who's a good example? Serena. Who was the one who she knew, regardless of why she was pregnant, their lifestyle was not going to change. That's why it's
Mr. Reddit.
That's why I say that we're the prize, because regardless of any relationship that is successful, that blooms and prospers, that still becomes, I hate this word, but it's the only word to use for it. Becomes a liability. So
I don't think so.
Unless she doesn't want to have kids, then as a woman, you're going to be a liability at least for 9 months at one point in your relationship.
It made me very uncomfortable to think about this topic, like, are men the prize? And then because I was uncomfortable with the verbiage of like men being the catch and men being the prize, I was like, why specifically? Like, why is this verbiage uncomfortable for me to use when I'm talking about men? We can say, oh, he's a good man, Savannah, and this and that. And it's a thing. He's a good man,
okay.
Savannah.
Okay.
But like
I thought that was a shot at LeBron. I was like, whoa.
No. It's a movie.
Okay.
God damn it. But we can say that, but I don't know why I was like super uncomfortable with that verbiage. Like, I don't think just men in relationships or just women are the catch. You can both be catches. That's probably what you should try to work towards. Get somebody that is a catch and you're a catch too, right? I think he probably is a catch, technically. To her, if he didn't know who she was, that might have been a positive to her, even though we're like, oh, there's no way that you didn't know who she was.
Yeah, hold on. I want to talk about that too as a whole separate point, because I think that's really important to note, like, about that point. But no, continue.
Yeah, that might have been important to her. And then, like, this is a young black man who makes money. He don't have no kids. Like, is that not a catch? Like, why are we so uncomfortable with a black man saying that he is a catch? He didn't say that about his relationship. The podcaster, the host said it, and he jokingly was like, oh yeah, I always say men are the catch. That he didn't say that like, oh, I'm the catch of this relationship and she's lucky that she should be with me. That wasn't his sentiment.
Like, I don't like how folks are treating him like he was like, I never dated dark-skinned girls like before her. Like, that's how they treated him, like he said something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, all he said was, again, I think that as a man, I'm the catch. And he kind of just talked about how she pursued him.
But he
more.
didn't even say that specifically. He said, I say men are the catch. Like,
he's
but
a man, so I mean, It's self-implied.
I don't even think that that's something. That's a sentiment he carried with him throughout anything.
You could tell it was a lighthearted conversation.
Yeah, it was just a little hee ha ha moment, and y'all are turning it into like some crazy thing. And y'all are having to. Simone has come out on multiple occasions after this came out and was like, "Leave it alone," like, and y'all keep talking about it. And now the white women are in it, which is specifically funny to me because like usually when things in the black.
That's what I was like. We jumping too fast.
Okay.
Too fast. Stay on what we talking about. Stay on
Okay.
what we talking about. Men being the catch. You didn't clarify though why you were uncomfortable with men?
I don't know why I was uncomfortable. I just don't.
Have you explored it at all to feel like any kind of idea of why?
It's
Do
probably
you feel like
because
it's conditioning?
yeah, because I feel
The
like
color purple.
no, it's just because I feel like I'm the one that's supposed to be doted on and catered to, and all of the nice things are supposed to be said to me, and then you're supposed to just bear. As a man, you're just supposed to bear and exist and then be happy because I'm here with you.
See, y'all have a mistaken understanding of what chivalry is. See, women think chivalry is something that they're owed and that it's a blessing to receive it. Or not even a blessing, that it's an entitlement to receive it.
I don't think women of my generation think that, but continue.
Y'all do think chivalry is something y'all are entitled to. And
chivalry has been a thing for mad long.
Y'all feel like chivalry is something that y'all are entitled to in regards to being.
I want to ask you what you think chivalry means in our day and age, because it's not the same thing it used to mean, but continue with your point.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand the history. My point was that a lot of y'all don't understand the history of chivalry. Y'all don't understand what it was for. It was not because we thought women were this special person and that need to be treated. It's because they thought women were dumb.
Chivalry is rooted in whiteness anyways.
I mean, yeah, but it was created in the idea of women are less than.
Yes.
They are dumb. They need you to be gentle, soft with them because they will crack and burn if they don't.
And
so that's what I'm saying.
Things for
but
them.
y'all try to take it as this thing like, no, it's because I'm awesome. I promise you.
No, it's not.
That's what you just said. You just said you should just bear with me.
No, it's not because I'm awesome. It's simply because I'm a woman.
But that's okay. That's same thing.
Yeah.
Same
it's
thing.
not because I'm awesome, though.
I will promise you there is probably only about 5% of women on earth that the guy that they're with is with them because they're awesome. The rest of the 95 are with them because the woman is useful.
Wow.
That's just real shit.
Which percentage am I in?
What's the one that's not going to get me in trouble tonight?
Wow. No, don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Get your
baby.
filthy hands off me, nigger.
I wouldn't do this podcast if I just wanted you to be useful. You could be useful.
But yes, it would.
No,
yes, you would.
You could be useful in less open ways.
You had a podcast with a bunch of other men and decided to do it with me instead.
Yeah, but it's not because you were useful. It's because you were going to be willing to help me with it. Like
useful.
That's not man saying it's useful. Like,
wow, I'm in the 95%. I need to get a new husband.
No, if you were useful, it would have been the first plan that we talked about. With you just being off camera. That would be you using you just because you're useful.
Yeah, you yelling by yourself.
I would have got my shit off. But that would have been you being useful. Me liking you and caring about your opinion and wanting you to see you thrive and be out here. Make sure you look good, don't I? Mm-hmm. Don't I care about all that other stuff? Make sure your appearance is good?
Yeah.
So again, it's not just you're being useful to me.
Okay, good. I like that answer. Let's continue.
But I'm just saying that's the truth though.
Good.
Mostly it's because people are useful. Like, that's just a real idea. Like, I hate that, y'all feel bad about that, but.
Well, that's what marriage is. Marriage is not love. It's usefulness.
It's duty.
Yeah. It's a contract.
Like, it's an idea. The principal idea is, hey, if I can relieve you of labor, you relieve me of chores.
That is our contract. That's not everybody's contract. You can't speak for everybody. That's our contract.
That's been the general contract of people over history. It's just like if the woman was handling domestic and the man went and made money outside, and then it wasn't until as time progressed, then y'all went outside and got your own job, but still y'all
that was for white women because black women were working the entire time.
Yeah, I mean I'm talking about just the overall scope of the class.
Put that parentheses.
Y'all forget that though.
Put that in the parentheses while you talking. I want to put that there.
But when y'all talk about soft life, let's get back on to Simone Biles. But when y'all talk about soft life,
that's what we deserve now. because we've been working. We've been in the field with y'all.
No, the women who did it deserve that. You don't just get it because off the GP. All right, so people was going into a lot of crazy conversations into this. Like folks was acting like this whole conversation, like one of the funniest things was seeing the gay guys talk about this. Mm-hmm. And like I saw one gay guy say like, I just wish a dark-skinned woman could have a love story. And I'm just so confused because it's like, are you against the patriarchy or not? Because you're saying you want her to have this love story, but in your mind, because I read the next tweet, in your mind, the love story is a patriarchal love story where the man comes like a king and he slays the dragon and he says, come my beautiful brown queen, let me love my black woman out loud. And then he takes her off to the the magical black forest. Like that's what I mean. What is it that y'all want? The nigga just said y'all met on Raya. And
I didn't know who she was.
I went to the shower. She was ready.
She liked a bunch of pictures.
She came to the spot. She pulled up to the spot.
Simone was like, I want that dick, period. And then she got it. Why are y'all mad?
Hey, did you see the video?
And now they're married. Like she got that dick and put it on lock.
Did you see the video that it was an old video they had posted together where she was like dressed like a dude and he was dressed like a woman?
And there was a alarming lack of dick.
So that's what I was going to ask you about the question shorts. You just said. That's what the women were saying. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's what the women were saying in the comment section.
I looked at it about 3 times. I was like, where's it at? Where is it? I don't see it. Where is it? Simone. Where is it at, Simone?
I think as a guy, once you become 6'3", unless you have like an abnormally large dick, it just looks bad. I think it's always going to look small. Like after 6'3".
You should have at least got it a half mass.
Because like
before you got on that video, if you knew that you that tall and that big and all that stuff.
Because see, like like Superhead in her book, she said like Shaq wasn't proportional. So like that's where it was crazy. Like it was, but it's like you could still have a hammer, but it's like because I'm a giant of a man, it just looks like
when the hammer starts hammering, it's still a hammer.
I feel like honestly.
So,
when you see the proportions as a woman, I think that's what messes it up.
What's his name again?
Who? Jonathan Owens?
Yeah. So Simone Biles' husband doesn't even look like he got that. I was looking for like a shadow or a bulge or a lump or a curvature of some sort.
You trying to say he wasn't meeting?
The meat was not meeting. The bulge was not bulging.
Damn.
But also, like, Simone is mad tiny, so she don't need that much.
I was going to ask you, do you think
she mad tiny and she's a gymnast, so everything's tight.
So you think that because of her smaller mass, she doesn't need as much?
She could do a Kegel and form her vagina to be small enough
to form around it.
To make his tiny little shmeeny schmeet feel like,
like he out there doing work.
Like he, yeah.
That's crazy.
Like he Mandingo for real.
That's wild. That is so disrespectful.
I feel like Simone Biles' Kegels are on another level.
All right, so let's get into this other portion that I felt like was.
I didn't want to address that.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I think we should. Well, let me get into this other part then. So, what do you think to the question? This was proposed by a lot of different people regarding Simone Biles' overall attractiveness. Because I was even in some spaces on X, and folks was going in on Shawty. They was talking about her looks like severely, and they were saying like she should be. I guess a lot of people had an issue with in the conversation was. He's basically making her look thirsty for him. Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys were saying, if you look at Shawty, she is the type of woman that would have to be into you for you to be more into her. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's disrespectful? The truth? That
is disrespectful. Of course it's disrespectful.
Wow. There are some girls that you have to pull up. She has to bring the 3-5 over for you to be cool with her.
Just because it's the truth doesn't mean my feelings aren't hurt by it.
But we're not talking about Simone's feelings at this point. We're just talking about, do you think that that's a real aspect of it in regards to that was something he may have been hinting at? Or do you think it was just something he was just being he didn't even look at it like
if
that.
That's how the story went, I don't think he was hinting at that. I think he was telling the story how it went. That's how she moved. Are you asking, is that how she moves because of how she looks?
No, I'm asking. Well, we can go into that. We can go into that.
Like,
and
does
we
she
can
have
ask,
to move that way?
Let's ask two questions. Does she have to move that way because of how she looked? And also, when you move like that, is that an L in any way? Because you messaged me first.
Did I message you first?
Talk about it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did. You did.
I don't remember that, but I probably
I'll
did.
bring it up.
I don't. I'm not opposed to me messaging people first, but I probably just said, "Hey, hun."
You probably said something. You initiated the conversation.
Yeah.
And we weren't on Bubble, so.
No. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. We had to make that specific, because if you initiated,
Yeah.
Bumble,
Because
it wouldn't matter.
yeah. It was Hinge.
I'm still him.
But I don't even remember the two questions you asked me. So I think,
Does she have to do it because of the looks? And is it an L because she initiated? And not only did she initiate, she didn't just do, hey, hun, like you. She went to the Instagram and started liking pictures and stuff.
okay, so to answer the first question, I would have to let you know what I think Simone Biles' attractiveness level is, and I am not comfortable doing that.
That's fucked up. So that means you think she ugly. So you need to talk about it.
So
Don't disrespect your dark-skinned sisters like that. Talk about it.
I don't think she's ugly, but I also don't think that she's the type that her husband would regularly go for.
So we'll get into this a little bit more.
So I think that she probably did have to like get his attention and like make him know that like she really was interested in him.
Yeah, she had to pop it in. She had to pop it in the mouth the first night, huh? Like just to let him know she was dead ass.
I mean, I think the driving 45 minutes let him know she was dead ass.
Oh, for sure. Like I've been fortunate enough to know that, when a woman is driving at least 30 minutes to you, that's like her way of telling you she's consenting.
Mm-hmm.
Like generally, unless she ain't into it at all, she ain't driving that far. I think I've only had one time, but that was for us to break up. That a girl traveled that far to see me, and we didn't do nothing. But again, that was just for us to break up. I told her she should have just saved her gas money. Like you could have did this over the phone.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. All right, so let's get into this. And I want to say something they did say. They said that if you looked at who he follows in regards to the women on his social media, nobody looks like Simone Biles.
I don't think they would. I don't think men like him, like I said before, typically go for women like that. But he said that after their first date, they vibed really well, and it was.
He did say he was resistant. Do you think that was resistant because he was focused, or that was a resistance because he didn't want her?
He said because he didn't want to commit. I think he didn't want to commit to her.
Yeah,
maybe.
My thing is this.
But now they're married, so we can't say that he like specifically didn't want to commit to her. I think he just wanted to keep hoeing.
I would just say this. We could probably look at the timeline of his career and when they got married. I believe he was in the league when they got married, right? Like he was already trying to be a professional athlete.
I have no idea.
I believe that's the case. And I will say this. He did get hurt his first couple years in the league. And he was being pushed on practice squads and stuff like that. Now he's a regular player, on the roster. I could definitely see a world where after that injury, got to reevaluate some things. That Wheaties box gonna be selling for a long time. Hey, baby, come here. Come here, girl. Let's go. Let's do the little what they did in their picture. Let's do that because I need to make sure this shit gonna be straight. And then he could be on his bullshit. Okay, my thing is this. I want to say I don't feel like he, in this conversation, had did anything wrong. I think he was being genuine and honest. And I think a lot of y'all who are trying to read the situation, trying to say, oh, he's setting her up for the okie doke, you may be onto something, but you're wrong. I think there may be some okie doke maybe on the foot too. I wouldn't be surprised. Shout out to that nigga. But I will say something I didn't like that I was seeing from this whole conversation, because I think both of us as men and women, we need to understand this in a little bit. And when we're so forward in our disrespect for each other, we allow these other folks that don't look like us to just start commenting on our business like they know what's up.
The white women are on TikTok disrespecting the
It's not just the white women. It's the white men too.
Well, yeah, everybody else, this has gotten outside of just the black community, but I think it's because of who Simone Biles is specifically. Like, she's an Olympian. She's famous outside of the black community. So
they got folks in there disrespecting this man's career. Like, he is not, just because he's undrafted, like, he is not fighting and getting his own in the NFL. Like,
there was this guy that was there was this gay guy. He sounded gay. He sounded gay. He was at the game.
The one who exposed who he was following?
Can I finish? He was at the game, and he was like, I'm looking for, he was like, oh, Simone Biles' husband said he was the catch. I'm looking for Simone Biles' husband on the field. Where is he? And then he zooms in on the bench, and he's like, oh, there he is. He's on the bench.
and I'm pretty sure the offense was on the field during that time too. So it doesn't even matter.
I don't know.
Nigga was showing you the fucking game.
I have no idea.
Green Bay was on offense, and this nigga plays defense.
I don't know what that means.
Well, that's good.
I'm just a girl.
Keep that. Yeah, keep that. I like that.
I'm literally just a girl.
That was attractive. Do that again. All right, but I don't like that. That was the one thing I don't like when we get into these situations, because these folks be getting into our culture talking about us and then actually be talking about people as a person. Like, they was really railing on this dude.
Yeah, they were, the white women were walking up to their husbands like, do you know who Simone Biles is? And they'd be like, yeah, the Olympian. And they'd be like, do you know who her husband is? And I'm like, she has a husband? She's married? And then the women like walk away like, exactly.
That's more of a shot at Simone Biles than anything.
How is it a shot at Simone Biles? They know who she is, but they don't know that she's married.
Yeah, but that means
they know her accolades, but they don't know her personal life.
Yeah, that means you're notable but not famous.
That's fine.
I mean,
I'm okay with that.
I'm
okay with being notable and not famous.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a limited.
Know my accolades and nothing about me personally.
I mean, that could also be to a degree of you're not interesting too.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I always thought Shawty before her was always gonna be bigger than Simone Biles. Gabby Douglas, I think.
Yeah,
that was her name.
I thought so too.
I always thought she was gonna be way bigger than her. Like,
yeah, but Simone came in and dominated.
Yeah, she was just
destroyed.
A superstar. Like, she was just doing shit that didn't even make sense.
But then Gabby took a break for a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after she dominated, after her run, she was just done. Because usually gymnasts don't last that long. Like,
no, it's not something you can. It's grueling on your body.
And due to her size, that's why she's been able to, be a little bit longer, because of her being smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing I just kept people seeing was like they were trying to use her accomplishments as a reason why he should be feeling honored to be with her. And why do y'all think that y'all actual accomplishments mean something to a man in the dating world?
I think it's because of the podcast conversations of what do you bring to the table. So when a woman has all of this, then it makes it seem like the table is about to break.
I don't think that's a podcast thing. I think the table thing came from before that, when it was like an idea of, oh, women need to have their careers and stuff, and when that wasn't something y'all pushed.
I think the gold digger thing that was pushed against black women, we like overcorrected. And then we were like, oh, I have this, that. Don't need you for this. Have this, that.
It wasn't overcorrect, because you had Gold Digger for Kanye, and then Neo dropped every fucking independent song along with Fab.
Yeah.
Like,
so I think it was like an overcorrection. And then like now that we're in still this like overcorrection era, that a woman like Simone Biles, a woman like Serena Williams, when you internalize that what do you bring to the table conversation, when women like her get a man, it's like, yeah, that's what she brings to the table. So I think that's why people are like, that's why you should be lucky that you're with someone with that many accolades, because she brings so much to the table.
Yeah, but then at the same
token,
if
that's something that you value.
My thing is the same token, and this kind of goes back to the initial thing about being a catch. You can't be a catch unless you're willing to provide for somebody 100%. And that's a prerequisite.
I think you're a catch depending on whatever that person specifically desires, wants, and needs. Like, are you the cake and the icing too? Then you're the catch. And the recipe to the cake depends on that specific person who is calling you the catch or not.
Oh yeah, you're making it too hard. I like mine's. Mine's a lot easier. Hey man, are you willing to support another human being while they service you in labor ways in regards to taxable income. That is how you're the catch. And the fact that she could never do another flip in her life, and he can still keep her clothed and fed at an upscale rate.
He could keep her?
Yeah. He can keep her clothed and fed. If she
if she never
ACL,
did another flip,
that's what I just said.
Nobody would need to keep her anything.
I'm just saying, if she never earned another penny, she would still be okay with his earnings and his potential future that can go.
I just want it to be she would be okay without his earnings and things. She would still be thriving.
You keep making it about her.
Okay, that's
what I'm saying is this: her accomplishments mean nothing to him. In regards to
they might not.
When I mean nothing to, doesn't mean that he doesn't care about them. It means it doesn't affect his life. Women's accomplishments their accomplishments in when you're looking at it against their man is just something as.
I'm just trying to clear it up that you don't think that the opposite would happen if she didn't have him.
What do you mean the opposite would happen? She didn't have him?
Like if she never did another flip and she wasn't with him, she would still be completely fine.
I mean, now. She'd be like that. I'm just talking about if she never.
That's all I'm saying.
That's why I changed it to never earn another dollar.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, in regards to her success, this goes to Darius with Kiki. There goes to Stedman and Oprah. A woman's success is only used to you as a man as something to put your light down. Honestly, like it's only there to diminish you, because all people compare it to.
Because of how our society and our misogyny is set up. You're supposed to provide as a man. If you're not the one providing and if you're not the one bringing the biggest bag, then people are going to perceive it as you're not doing your duty as a man, and it's a negative. It's a L.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like at that point, it's really no benefit for you, because this is going to happen to you every time. Yeah. You're going to be Darius. You're going to be Jonathan. You're going to be Stedman, because it doesn't benefit. That's why women be like, oh, it seems like when I get degrees, I get less opportunity from men. Yeah, because your success only works as a bigger sun to diminish my light, but it doesn't bring, like, it's like basically like having, like, I'm the sun and I'm giving off the radiation, but there's this bigger sun that's blocking my light that doesn't get off any radiation. It doesn't give off anything.
You gotta have enough to make him feel like you're not trying to take advantage of him, but you can't have too much.
That depends on the nigga. Honestly, that depends on the nigga. Like
but you can't have too much to outshine his shine to make other people feel like he's less of a man.
No, it's not. Because honestly, if you make okay, my thing is this. Y'all niggas will say that, oh, if she don't have her own, I promise you bring this nigga sandwiches all the time. You always in the kitchen cooking for this. If you're being useful to a nigga, he cares more about being useful than you being.
In my early 20s,
successful or
I had that whole, like, what do I bring to the table thing internalized for a very long time. And I didn't take anybody that I was dating seriously. I wasn't in like a marriage mindset because I was like, I'm not financially stable. I don't own anything and this and that. And I had a conversation with somebody once and she was like, girl, these niggas don't care what you have. Like, you're pretty. Do you bring anything to his life that he can't do himself? Like, you don't have to have a 800 credit score and have your own home and have your own car. Like, most of these niggas don't care about that. There are some men who are like, I want a boss bitch and I want us to invest in properties together and I want her to know taxes and loopholes and da 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 da. But a lot of niggas are like,
is she compliant? That's all most niggas want to know.
That's not what I was going to say.
I mean, that's what most niggas want to know.
Like, is she a vibe? Do I enjoy her? Is she going to be a good mother to my children? All that. Like, that's more important. And also, do I like her? Because niggas don't be liking women. y'all be messing with women y'all don't even like for real. Like, you like having her around, but you don't really like her for real. You don't want to keep her around. She's just good for now.
I'm telling you, is she compliant? That's all that matters.
But yeah, that's the thing. We've been on this for a little minute.
Nah, we remember we talked about your little escapades.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, don't be trying to remember your escapades, yo. Don't do that.
I already forgot them.
Well, I brought it back up. So
that's always what you do.
All right, so let's get into. Let's see. Whoa. we got another theory we got to bring in, man. We got to talk about your girl, Haley.
Okay, Hallie.
I called her Haley. My bad, Hallie.
Hallie. So Hallie, we've been
investigating.
We haven't been investigating because there's nothing to investigate. We don't know her. It's just stuff she posts. That's not even investigation for real. But
I've been watching DDG videos. What are you talking about? I've been trying to see her as much as I can.
Literally.
I've been trying to see voice.
Okay.
I'm trying to hear angles.
Rhetoric has been investigating. I have just been la-di-da.
Trying to see if there's some cribs in the back of the.
So, we thought that Hallie was pregnant for mad long. On Christmas, she posted a video getting up and hugging him, and then her stomach was completely flat. So then Twitter was kind of like, everyone was like, was she pregnant? Was she not? You had a theory.
I had a theory. What was it
about DDG?
Okay, so yeah. So I had a few theories. I've been coming up with a lot.
Tell them your first theory.
My first theory
and then I'll finish.
As we all know, Sir DDG is a troll.
He is.
And whatnot.
He's a YouTube master.
Why not perform the biggest troll of all time?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all think that my superstar girlfriend, who's about to be in all these crazy movies, drop her album, all this other good jazz, beautiful angel, is pregnant with a degenerate child. And that's what he made y'all think. And then some more information came out.
So there was like a good hot little second that like I thought that maybe that's what happened. Maybe Hallie was like, haha, stop minding my business. Like that's what y'all get. Do you feel stupid? You feel stupid now? But then
I will say this before you say what you said, and then we talk about that video. I will say this. I've seen plenty of women who have had babies and what they look like afterwards. Her body did kind of look like it was post-pregnancy.
Yeah, her boobs looked way bigger. Her
body like it was going to do some changes underneath that big-ass sweater.
Usually, like, your nose spreads a little bit as a black woman. Her nose doesn't look like it spread that much. But that's because Hallie has a tiny little nose in the first place.
Is amazing.
She has a cute little nose, a cute little button nose. So its spreading doesn't even look like that drastic. But, okay, so for like 24 hours, we thought maybe she wasn't pregnant. And then DDG, I think on his YouTube, put out a vlog, was it? Of their Christmas, them just like opening presents and stuff. And there's this part, because I sent it to you. Do you want to play it really quick or no?
You can just tell them what happens.
So there's this part that they're talking opening presents, and you hear something in the background that sounds like a baby crying. There's like one wail. There's like, and then you hear DDG, cut, and then it cuts off.
So what we know.
But also that could be just DDG doing what DDG does.
That's what I was thinking.
There might not be a baby at all. She could just be wearing cups in her bra, and then there might just be a recording of a baby playing in the background. Because why would he yell cut that loud and then leave that in the video?
Yeah, he could have definitely edited that part out.
Very easily.
Because this was Snapchat, I think it was, right? That looked like it was Snapchat, not a YouTube vlog.
Oh, I thought it was a YouTube vlog.
Because they had I don't know, it could have been somebody else's Snapchat. Then they reposted what you sent me.
Because what I saw didn't have any Snapchat features
What you
on
sent
it.
me did. It had the little Snapchat bar on it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But no, like I said, it could have been a live. It could have been anything. I think that bro is either really trolling or she is on some Janet Jackson shit where you're like, you're not going to know my baby until I'm like 27.
Which is fine.
Like,
girl, we don't need to see. People are creepy as hell. I hope we never see that baby. I hope that's your sentiment. I genuinely do. I hope y'all keep this baby to yourselves. All of your family, people who see you in real life, see your baby. Past that, don't nobody else need to see that baby.
Because the thing was, just imagine those videos and clips, and they're doing this live, and she got the baby in like 3 rooms upstairs or something like that. No way.
But even if it was a Snapchat, like, why was it posted?
Well, I mean, it's
you
holidays.
can easily just not post that video.
It's holidays. She is in the Color Purple movie. There's just a lot of reason to be promoing right now. There's a lot of ways to get your followers and stuff up.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a reason why they will be posting right now. Like their whole life is pretty much this.
I saw someone talking about like how much money DDG probably makes and how long he's actually been on YouTube and how long he's been popular on YouTube. So as far as like y'all shitting on him saying that like he's this bum, broke, homeless bum compared to Halle, that's incorrect. It is, because YouTube money is very different. And when you have consistent YouTube money like DDG does, and that's not his only stream of income, and then he does like the live streams on Twitch, and then he has his music, which I guess people listen to. I don't. People do. Like he has enough money to take care of her and that baby, and
look how stories change when they find out what the bag look like. Hey man, I want to be glad that I live in this
no,
planet.
I still don't like
No, let me get this shit
I
off.
don't like how he looks on paper next to how she looks on paper. She's like pristine, angel baby girl. That's our baby, right? Little Halle. And then he's like this hoodlum with the baggy pants and the hoodie, and he has the money and he could take care of the things. But pull your pants up. I don't like the way you look right now. Fix yourself if you trying to get next to her. That's my baby girl.
I want to shout out to the women on the internet, because when y'all was talking about that Birkin bag that he bought her for Christmas. Yeah, it was a Birkin bag video that was going where he passes her that he bought her a Birkin and a Tiffany's necklace.
I saw the necklace.
I just want to say, all of y'all women on there are trifling, because basically y'all love to tell men that we can disrespect y'all if we have the money. That's literally what I saw. I saw so many tunes change when that bag was getting passed over.
If you watch them together, though, like...
Man, take note. Like, if you get your bag up, they will allow you to do whatever for the most part.
The whole time they've been dating, if you watch them together, he's been taking her on shopping sprees, buying her stuff. That's not the first piece from Tiffany he's gotten her. Like, he's been doing that before. But
it's just crazy just to see, because, I had time when I saw these posts. And
yeah.
I would go in, put their name in, put DDG in, and then I would find other posts of them shitting on DDG, talking about him being a bum and he be disrespecting her, and now you saying, oh,
it's just the
cool.
Antics.
But my thing is, you can't say the antics are bad when the antics are making the money so that I can flex on you.
Yeah.
So then don't say it's not the antics. You don't care about the antics because the antics make the money. Y'all just wanted to shit on them because y'all like to shit on black men. That's why y'all like to shit on people.
Well, I only give a fuck about black men, and I only date black men, and I'm only in proximity to black men, so that's who I'm gonna shit on.
I'm talking about the people who are in their fan base. The black women in their fan base will shit on a black man because they want to shit on a black man, one, and because y'all have this holier than thou look for Chloe and for all these other women who are doing well. Halle, and all these other women who are being successful in their fields. Y'all see that, and y'all put this picture of a type of Negro that they need to be with, because the Negro they with can't look like and be like the nigga that's doing whatever to me.
Yes. Aesthetically, if you this type of woman and you represent this to me as a fan, I am going to prefer that you are with somebody who I think matches that aesthetic for you.
That's a mental health issue. That is a mental health issue.
It's just as a fan. You don't have to follow that. Halle has gone on lives with Chloe over and over and over again and told us that she likes hood niggas, period.
And nobody's saying anything wrong with her liking that.
No, she's been saying that for years.
Y'all the ones who hating her for that.
She's been saying that for years, and that's exactly what she got. She got her a hood nigga.
Not a hood nigga. No, he's not. He cosplays as a hood nigga.
Well,
on the internet. That's what he does. Let's keep it being.
I don't know anything about DDG for real.
I've watched too many videos.
Like, I genuinely...
I'm never watching a DDG video after this, though.
I didn't know who he was really before Halle. So...
No, it's just... He's... Again, I don't want to disrespect the nigga. He just... To me, if I was to give an overall synopsis of him, he is a major clout-chasing kind of guy. Like, he's not as bad as,
antics,
some of the white boys, like Neon and... What's that name? Daughtery or something, whatever that little white boy is that be walking around with the security. He's not as bad as them.
I don't know who any of those people are. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad I don't.
I'm deep in this internet shit. But he's not like them, but he is a little bit of annoying. But let's get to it. The Pan-African Prince has graced the Joe Budden podcast.
Dr. Umar went on the Joe Budden podcast, and how long was the interview? 3 hours long?
5 hours.
5 hours long?
Yes.
And it was mostly Ish and Dr. Umar that were
getting their shit off.
Yeah, and that the front of the show, I don't know his name, that light skinned Imani. Yeah, it was I enjoy. Don't shoot me. Because I'm a black woman, but I do enjoy listening to Dr. Umar speak. Not because I do agree with some of the things he says. I do. And it's not because I take everything he says like super serious. It's because he's highly entertaining.
Very entertaining.
If nothing else, if you hate Dr. Umar and his rhetoric and his teachings and everything he stands for, you cannot take away that the Prince of Pan-Africanism is entertaining as hell.
Happy Garvey Day. All right, so we're going to play a few clips from the episode. We're going to react to them. So this is the first one here. So I think this is going to be real interesting. This is the only 2 questions I have for any of you black men out here that look me in the eyes.
Our manager that he hired to come in here and clean this motherfucking apartment, Joe might not know who the fuck cleans this apartment.
Something just hit me.
Shoot.
Are you mixed race?
No.
Or you a bunny hopper?
Yes.
That's why you have a liberal
perspective. Yes, but that's not true. I felt this way before I met my white girlfriend.
So help me understand how you could be so passionate about the black flaw.
I'm passionate. I'm an objective thinker. I don't. If something makes sense.
So you have no loyalty to the black community?
No, I do have. I probably employ more blacks than you.
Okay, so help me understand that you employ more blacks than me, but you go home to a white woman. Why you don't have a black woman?
Because I fell in love with a white woman.
Why didn't you fall in love with a black woman?
I fell in love with a black woman. We broke up.
Okay, and why didn't you fall in love with another black woman?
I did that too. We broke up.
Okay. And why didn't you get another one and another one and another one until you found the right one?
Because I met a white woman that I fell in love with.
I don't want to hear that ish. All right, so this is what I want to ask you. Because he talked about something very interesting there. Mm-hmm. And this is a conversation I've had with some of my people. Mm-hmm. Do you think as a black man or as a black person in general that you can any way, shape, or form be pro-black, be a pro-black leader, be put in a pro-black position of leadership if you love a snow bunny or a snowman?
You can love them. You can fall in love with a snow bunny.
That's not what I asked.
Listen, you can be pro-black and fall in love with a white. It's, are you going to marry? Are you going to try to build something? Are you going to try to have a family with them? That's a different conversation.
We are talking about the men of color, the black men, who go into the Caucasus Mountains and build a snow fort. We're not talking about any of this other jazz.
Can you give me words for real? Like, what
I know.
What
I'm asking you this question is, I truly believe that you can be pro-black and be with the white woman, but
in a relationship, married to?
Yes, any of that. You can be pro-black for that, but I don't think that. I'm asking the question is, do you think as a black person, woman or male, that you should be in a position of leadership in front facing if your heart belongs to a pale woman?
I don't think you should be in like leadership front facing. I don't think your face needs to be seen. You can be pro-black, but you shouldn't be the picture of pro-blackness if your partner is white. You can do your work behind the scenes. Stay behind the scenes, though. Stay behind the curtain. We don't need you to be the letterhead, the picture, the representation of pro-blackness.
I have friends that have fallen in love with the snow, and I have many of them that are very pro-black. But I will say,
niggas be sounding stupid as fuck.
I will say that it can put blinders on you, though. It's a very real thing. Like, it's not something that is going to be able to cover all your bases. Like, it's going to be very difficult to portray even a pro-black ideology with that, because you're going to lose a lot of women off top when they see that you're with a white woman. But, I mean, even the friends that I have that do engage in interracial, I mean, for the most part, I believe that they are pro-black. I think there may be some that aren't, but I do feel as though the leadership conversation, you can't.
You can't be a leader if you're.
You have to be like me, okay? You have to love a black woman, unlike a lot of my critics, okay?
And regardless of what he looks like, this is a fully black man.
Talk about it.
Fully African American on both sides. Black mama, black daddy.
I married a black woman, unlike a lot of my critics. Talk
black
about
grandparents, both sets.
Talk about it. All right, but
This
no,
happens to be very light skinned.
I'm very big on that. Like, it's just you can be a
we
person,
agree on that.
Yeah, you could definitely be a person who is pro-black, who's prominent, in the black community and in black spaces, but you shouldn't be in any position of leadership.
No.
But Martin Luther King would have walked around.
It takes
with a snow
away
bunny.
from your pro-blackness.
It's just it doesn't make you authentic.
Yeah.
When I think pro-black, I need to see a man next to a curly-haired, actually dark-skinned, more than likely. Don't bring no yellow women around in these leadership positions. She needs to just be a dark-skinned brown woman. I need that thing to shine when she walks out. Let that sun glisten off that brown skin, sir. Okay? You need to be pulling up like my boy Jonathan Majors, real black queen, real Nubian.
Oh my God! Don't bring him up no more.
That's my nigga. I apologize if he gets a little handsy. All right. Let's get into some more clips, because I think he was talking about a lot.
Yeah, it's 5 hours long, y'all. It's lots of clips to get into.
So let's go. We are right here. So this is going into the discussion of Diddy and Cassie. So.
Oh, I didn't hear this part.
Because if I look at the Cassie situation with Puff, right? No disrespect to her, but for you to have moved on, to have participated in all of this, to now be, I think, with another man, with a family, and then to come back after you done already moved on to another family and say you did all these things to me, it looks like financial exploitation. The same thing I'm seeing with the brother who's now on TV. Who's the fair-skinned brother saying he was molested by a billionaire?
Christian Keys.
It's the same thing, and with him, even less so, because you a man. So you're telling me that you were sexually harassed by a male billionaire, and you kept going to work for multiple years after being molested by this male billionaire. You told nobody, you sued nobody, you never spoke to an attorney, and now, way after the fact, you're coming out saying, I might reveal who it is. It looks like you're picking up where Cassie left off.
Do you not?
And he did admit that Cassie gave him
The motivation.
So wait, hold on. I just want to ask you one question.
I'm gonna let you talk. Did he not just reiterate what me and Corey said off mic earlier?
Yes, I get that.
That's
but also,
fucked up.
like, what can we
don't
really,
agree
really
with that
like
at all.
take into account the fear of retribution? Let's just say
I would separate that from men and women, though.
but
Would you agree?
no,
That's not true.
you can't.
That's
So
not
hold
true.
on, just wait,
A grown-ass man?
That's not
So
true.
wait,
Yeah.
Dr.
Nah.
Umar, hold on one
when you-
second.
when you make
Wait.
your living-
No grown-ass man is letting a grown-ass man put his fingers in his ass for
You
years.
had partly the
Okay,
same.
so he didn't say that.
No.
He didn't exactly say
I'm
that.
separating men from women. Come on, y'all. Come
He
on.
didn't say
A
that.
heterosexual male.
He didn't say that.
think that power dynamics come into play?
I
male
do,
to
but
male?
not
Very
that
much
much
do.
where you're going to let somebody violate your
So
masculinity.
wait, hold on.
What you believe happened with Terry Crews?
To me,
There's a couple, like, my main problem with that is he's making it seem like men can be sexually assaulted because they're men, and just because you're a man, you have the power to not be sexually assaulted.
No, you have you have the power to respond with more force than a
With
person.
more, yes, but it could still happen.
That's not what he's talking about, though.
And then, like,
The fact that, and I'll let you finish, and I apologize, but the fact that y'all, like, if a man does something to you and assaults you, you can never respond with the same kind of force that he can, is why he's saying, I look at that differently. Like, as a man, if you assault me, I can get up and fight you like man to man.
But also, Mel brought up retribution. Like, is that not? It's the same thing with men and women. You sometimes, regardless of gender, like, because of all of the consequences that are going to happen afterwards, you kind of just, I don't want to say let shit happen, but you just go with it because you're afraid of the consequences if you don't. You think that if you don't just go with things, that it's going to get worse. I don't like his sentiment of, because you're a man, you should have done more to not be sexually assaulted.
That's not what he was saying. He's saying that as a man, you can respond to sexual assault in greater power than a woman can. That's what he's saying. Where he that is the
Physically,
truth.
yes,
Because they even go into Tyler Perry. They even go to what's that? Terry Crews. They talk about that.
And then I also don't like the fact that he made it like Christian Keys probably didn't say anything because men coming out saying that they were sexually assaulted, especially a black man, it never goes your way. Regardless of whether you get justice or not, your career is never going to be the same. You're going to be seen differently to us, the black community, and everybody else. As a man, when you're sexually assaulted, you're like sullied.
But I think
your masculinity has been taken away from you. It wasn't even your decision.
But see, you're jumping to the part where he's telling everybody what Umar
I'm
is
just
saying.
telling you what the
I
things that I got from that clip.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is you're taking it to the point like he's telling people what happened. Umar is saying you was supposed to fight for your backside till you died. You was never supposed to give it up. That nigga was supposed to kill you that night.
I don't like him saying that because of
it's just different rules for us.
Because of just like in general, all of the men that have been sexually assaulted, this applies to every single man that has been sexually assaulted.
Unless he's disabled.
I don't like that sentiment. I genuinely don't.
Hey, camera on me. Hey, if you try to take it from me, you're going to have to kill me. You're going to have to kill me. My blood going to have to be on the ground. Because my nigga, I'm not having it. You not taking no butthole from me, my nigga. You going to take it from my dead corpse. Read it.
Necromancy. So, and then my third thing with this was he was specifically wrong with him trying to gain financially from this because Christian Key started his whole thing with Cassie's thing was towards the end of the Survivors Act and being extended anyways. So he said that he specifically waited so that people didn't think that he was doing this for financial gain.
I think he might have got that misunderstood.
Yeah, I do agree with what you said last week. If this was not for financial gain and this was just to make people aware and just so that this potentially doesn't happen to the next man or woman, then it would have been better for you to come out and say a name. Maybe you not saying a name was still you trying to like keep some type of career afloat so you can keep yourself fed. But it's a sticky situation, and I genuinely never want to tell anybody who's been through sexual assault anything about how they should be behaving or what they should do or what steps they should take, because that's fucked. It's fucked up.
I just agree with Umar. Like, it's different for y'all than it is for us. Like, it's just like if a man punched you in the face and a man punched me in the face. Your response should be calling the cops. My response should be responding back to him with violence. Like, it's just a difference.
I'm getting my firearm and I'm spraying that shit up.
Okay, that too. Even if a man punched me and then I responded with a firearm, that would in some circles look like bitch shit. Like, the only proper response is that if you assault
in the 90s, that in most circles that would look like bitch shit. In 2023, if a nigga punch you in the face and you reply with shots, that nigga
you still looking like a bitch.
Lost.
No, niggas is still making fun of a nigga who sprayed everybody up. Like, we still making fun of you. Like, you're a loser. Like, you. So at the end of the day, that's just kind of what you gotta think about. Like,
but yeah, don't punch me in the face. I'm gonna get that pew pew.
Like I said, I understand that we are held to a different standard, and it's our job to be able to mean something. Like, it can't be like, oh, we gonna respond to the same kind of traumas that y'all have the same way. We're not. We can't. We have to be an example, and it's an unfortunate thing, and it can cause particular trauma. To me, that doesn't mean you go out. Okay,
so let's talk about that. It can cause particular trauma.
I'm not saying you shouldn't go to therapy, but my man, like,
but if
you can't. My thing is this: you can fucking sell a brick, okay? The fucking acting shit don't have to fucking be. Go sell a fucking brick if the acting don't look. Go do something else.
If there is a particular set of traumas that come with behaving this way, then why can't you just behave a different way?
Are you talking about the perpetrator?
No, I'm talking about the
victim?
Yes. What you just said.
What I'm saying is you have to defend yourself regardless.
Like, regardless of the trauma that comes with, I guess, yeah. It's gonna be trauma regardless.
If you gonna get assaulted, that nigga need to try to end your life. That's what need to happen. You need to be on the brink of death. Unless that nigga's a fucking sumo wrestler that's agile.
You're going to have to take this booty hole from me.
Thank you. You're going to have to fucking you going to have to earn this.
Yeah.
Real power bottom.
Damn.
Real power bottom is sick. shit. Oh shit. All right, so let's get into some more shit that he was talking about. I want to get into this Vanessa Bryant thing.
Okay.
This here is going to be the next clip we about to play is Vanessa Bryant. Dr. Umar discussing Vanessa Bryant in relation to what we just said about the interracial dating. So.
Stop. Let me ask
Kobe
you.
Bryant.
Let me ask you a question.
Kobe Bryant.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Kobe Bryant died. Vanessa inherited his wealth.
Sure.
And guess what? Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the black community?
Let me ask you.
Absolutely fucking not.
We don't know.
Vanessa Bryant, listen,
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
How you know?
Vanessa
You know?
Bryant,
Let me ask you a question.
But wait.
because she's a public
Can I
figure,
ask you a
and
question?
she just
You
did.
don't know
You
that.
didn't see that
You
initiative.
don't know
I
that.
do know. I do know. And
Let
I'm
me ask
telling
you-
you now.
let me ask you a
Vanessa
question.
Bryant just started an initiative with 3 predominantly white colleges, some sort of a sports initiative with Kobe's money and Kobe's name. Didn't choose a single HBCU.
Let me ask you a question.
With a black man's money. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he died from taking a COVID shot.
No, he
Is his white widow using any of Marvelous Marvin Hagler's fortune to help black folks?
You're being unfair.
I'm being unfair how?
No, let me tell you why.
Expecting white women to use
Stop.
black money to help black people?
No.
How is that unfair?
Because the same way you naming these people, we can name mad black wives that got black money from their husbands that did shit to help black people. Well, stop. It's my goal. No,
There's
it's
a big
not.
difference.
We own.
And you know what the difference
No,
is?
you're wrong.
You know what the
You're
difference
wrong.
is?
This whole
You're
episode
wrong.
is
If I
us
marry
trying
a
to
white
get Umar
woman,
to stop
when I
talking, and
die,
Umar just
my
not.
wealth goes to the very people who have robbed everything
But
from
hold
my
on,
community.
hold on.
Not true.
But
Let me ask you an example.
So, I hate to say it. I agree with him.
That does happen a lot of the times when you marry a white woman. The white women usually don't use your money, regardless of how much money you have, to help the black community.
Or even
Vanessa Bryant did donate millions of dollars to all of the causes that Kobe Bryant originally, like before he died, was donating money to, like his whole Mamba initiative and all that stuff. Like she put a lot of money into that, which does help black people. I think he was wrong on that specific part.
What he's saying is, and it's not that it helps her.
She's not going out of her way to help black people.
That's
though.
what he's saying, though.
Yeah.
He's saying like those initiatives help all people.
Yeah.
Meaning anybody could, receive
Benefit off
benefits.
of them, yeah.
Anybody can receive benefits or all that. But when it's his money and he's choosing what it's to go to, it still helps the black community in a way because he is being an example for us, and it's still coming from him. But once that money goes out and it's now in her possession and she's making the choices, like it's just a real thing that you have to understand, where it's like she's not going to go do what's necessary to make sure it's understood I'm doing this for black people. We allow a little grace. We allow a little grace when it's one of our people, and yeah, we understand. Just like his school, he even says it in his school. He can't openly discriminate and say his school is for black boys. But it's understood that black boys will be the priority when he does the school, but he just can't say that.
Yeah.
So it's okay when, I understand, like it's okay when Kobe says that. I'm not mad if Kobe is the one doing that. But when it's Vanessa doing it, it looks a different way and it's going to be put a different way. I hate that her name had to be brought up in it, but it's a real thing because I can just bring up an example, like with my mom. Her, my grandfather, he passed away about 4 or 5 years ago now. And his wife, who is not my grandmother, who I could probably not even pick her out in a lineup, got all of his house and the earnings when his house was sold. Mm-hmm. And pretty much my mom and her sisters had to have scraps to, give to each other in relation to how much the house was worth. Mm-hmm. So that's why I understand where it's like, it's important to at least be proactive and know where your assets will go to when you die, because if it's going outside of the community, now they can dictate what your money does.
Yeah.
And nobody else in your family can.
Yeah, I need to get it together when it comes to that. Make sure that your money goes into the right places if anything happens to you, if your demise ever comes a little bit earlier.
I mean, that's nice.
Then you assume it will.
That's easy to say, but in reality, when you trying to go after and get, nobody's thinking about that.
Of course not.
Nobody's thinking
you're
about,
not thinking you about to die.
Nobody's thinking about that. Like it's just not.
Kobe did not think he was about to die that day,
and he's not even thinking about the repercussions.
or anytime soon.
He's not even thinking about the repercussions of what'll happen if his wife is in sole control of his estate. Mm-hmm. So it's not even, those things don't even come to people's mind until you have somebody like a Dr. Umar that brings it up. So, I mean, like I said, I hate that it had to be her because I know that's just not easy to have your name brought up. Everybody always talking about her husband like so cavalier.
You just be bringing him up.
Like anything, right? Like it's just wild. Like I'll be watching sports podcasts and stuff like that. It's just like, dang, y'all just be talking about bruh like his name should just be. It's like you have access to it. It's just weird to me. But R.I.P. Kobe. So no, we still not done with this. Umar was going in. So I know we said we was gonna do Kanye, but I want to touch on this one because I think this one was really deep. What he was talking about here, like I'm just gonna let him do his thing. So
that's what you said.
My problem with black religion is threefold. You take three things from black people that we can't afford to waste
Money.
and can't never get back. Number one is money. You take too much resources.
Time.
Every black church should have three institutions. You should have a school for our kids, a bank to invest in our people, and you should have a community garden to feed our people good food. Every church should have those three. If you are bringing in at least $250,000 a year in tithes and you ain't got a school, a bank, and a garden, you a goddamn fraud. I don't care who you are. Remember what I said, 250K. If you less than 250K, you should still be doing something. But I'm not gonna hold you to the same standard. But if you $250,000 that you can depend on annually, you should have some institutions for the people. So number one, they take too much money. Number two, Joe, they take too much of our time. You don't get your time back. You can make that money back. You can't make your time back. Bible study, Sunday service, Sunday morning service, Sunday night service, gospel choir.
Thursday.
Why are you taking all this time and you're not giving us nothing?
Wow.
And the third thing that they take from us that we can't afford to waste and have misused is hope. The black church abuses our hope by constantly making you feel Jesus or Muhammad going to come and make everything right when the time is right. And that's why black religion plays right into the hand of the white power structure. You know why? Because it has black people thinking they don't have to do shit but wait and pray in order to change their circumstances. And that's why Napoleon Bonaparte, and I'm a fan of Napoleon Bonaparte, the white man's greatest military strategist, said what? Religion is what keeps the poor man from killing the rich one.
Yes, indeed.
No. Religion ain't nothing but mind control. Nobody has ever opened up a church to liberate people. Churches were created to control minds. You can't show me a religion or a religious organization that believes in free thought and liberation of consciousness. Every religion is a mind control institution.
It's not attached to spirituality.
That's why I didn't.
Man, my nigga was kicking knowledge, yo.
He was, yeah.
He was out there kicking knowledge. That shit that needs to be said. Because when an atheist like me says it, it's a problem. When a black atheist like myself talks about the problems with black, religion and the fact that we follow these, even, like I said, it's not even just Christianity. It's the Muslim movement, all of that. Like, it's problematic because y'all are thinking that because y'all are referencing these archetypes, y'all are talking about these ancient books and these people from times that couldn't even do certain things that we're able to do now with the ease. Like y'all think that means something, and y'all think that makes y'all closer to a higher spirit when it's like it's just another performance. That's all it is. We was just talking about it, even with the allegation with TD Jakes. We can bring out plenty of people who have been masquerading in the church. Not just Eddie Long. We can talk about plenty of people. We can discuss Creflo Dollar and some of his choices. What's the Joel Osteen?
Yeah, Joel Osteen is
like, honestly, like, I just
terrible.
I sit there and I feel so bad when I see people who are so ingratiated in religion, because I can sit there and criticize you, and I can sit there and say whatever, but it don't matter because you are so ingratiated in this idea that it's no going back. Like it means so much to you. Like, I always make the joke, like, yo, this is what your grandma taught you, during the day. But it's like, it's bad, man. Like, it's sad because, like I said, even in my position, like, I don't want to feel like I'm shitting on anybody. Like, I just think about with my grandma. My grandma loves the church, and like, it's just crazy because sometimes it felt like that was more important sometimes. Like, that would come into play if it didn't. Like, I can just remember, like, in middle school having, like, basketball games, and, like, I remember, I think it was on a Wednesday, or it might have been a Wednesday or Thursday, but it didn't matter because they literally had a service almost every day. And when I saw my grandma at my basketball game, knowing that a service potentially could be going on, it just meant, like, so much more than I think a normal person would have had that effect on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, yo, you chose
Me over church.
Over God.
Yeah.
That's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I that's why I'm so critical of religion. I don't feel like I need to, like, hey, you need to not live like this because of X, Y, and Z. You know, I don't think religion is bad. I think the control that it has on people is just so problematic.
I think black people holding Christianity as close as they do and it being as precious to them as it is bad. I don't think black people should be Christian. Oh my God. I think traditional African religion looked very different from this. This was not what we originally practiced. It was forced upon us. Our traditional texts, all of our cultural practice, our traditional texts were burned. All of our cultural practices were demonized. We were taught that everything spiritual, which is what we were before, we did not have religion. We had spiritualism. We were taught that everything spiritual is demonic. And then we were given a Bible to be made more docile. And then we were so traumatized that that Bible was the only hope that we had for so long that now there's nothing else to do. There's no changing it, which is unfortunate.
And then you just get into the overall corruption of where the church is now. And it's like, just to see, like I said, just 3 simple things. Making sure that, you know, there's a school for the kids. Like when I went to a Christian school and it was a white school.
I went to a Catholic school.
It was a white ran school. It was a white church that had church every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I never went to it because I went to a different
Mine
church.
was black.
But it had church every Sunday. And Monday through Friday, we were in there like a normal school. They had teachers in there. They had sports teams, everything. Granted, you had to pay a tuition. But again, they ran everything through there. And crazy thing, even though it was a white school, like white leadership, everybody was black. All the kids were mostly black, which is crazy to me. When I think about that going back, it's always crazy to me. Like, that was wild.
I went to a Catholic school when I lived in Haiti, which obviously was black leadership. And then when I moved to the U.S. for a little bit, I went to a Catholic school, which was mostly, like, most of my teachers, I don't even remember. I think the principal was black. So, yeah, we both have that in common. I think, I don't even know how to remedy how close black people hold Christianity in general.
No, it's nuts. Like I said, I see so many people, young, old, my age, that have this connection to it, but all it is like an affinity for their actual, I wouldn't say ancestors, but it's just like their grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, you was raised by your grandma. Grandma had you in church every Sunday. That's why you believe in this. It ain't no other reason. You don't read it. You don't uphold it. Only thing that you do is the easy stuff.
There's no way, like, if you critically think that you can still be connected to this for real. There's no way that you can be educated and still be connected to this. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but there's so much information out there. And if you consume the information, I identified as Christian. I was raised Catholic. I went to a Protestant church with my aunt my entire childhood, a lot of the times. So, like, I generally just identify as Christian. I don't identify as a specific denomination of Christianity. It's just Christianity in general. Until I took a traditional African religion class when I was in college, and I learned about what we were doing before pre-colonialism, pre-slavery in Africa, what we believed in, what our spiritualism looked like versus how Christianity got into our lives. And then it was such a disconnect that I never reconnected with it ever again. Like, once I got that knowledge, once I opened my mind to that education, I never reconnected with it. And it's so sad that, like, The knowledge is right there, and y'all literally choose not to believe it sometimes. Like, if you scroll on Black Christian TikTok, the priests, the pastors, they will very beautifully, eloquently weave a speech to make you believe their absolute nonsense. But it's nonsense. That's what it is. It's nonsense.
I used to have a common question asked, like, because I think it wasn't when I was in college was when I really started being open about being atheist and just telling people like I don't believe in God and you're just going to have to accept that. But
and he told me that openly.
I remember
that could have went bad.
I mean, it does. I mean, I remember talking to a girl one time and I told her like
I was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
I remember telling her that it's kind of difficult dating Black women when you don't believe in God, and it was funny because her instinct was to just take it like I was disrespecting her, and so then I had to slow down and talk to her. I said, well, most Black women believe in God, so they want their partner to, so that's why it's difficult for me to date Black women when I'm openly telling them I don't believe in God.
Did I ever tell you about that one time with the client that was like a Jesus freak?
Oh no.
Okay, there was a client that came into my boutique. She was like a Jesus freak. She was talking about religion OD. She was like, yeah, and I mentioned that I have a husband, and then she was like, you need religion in your marriage, and blah, blah, blah. I just wanted her to shut up. I was like, my husband doesn't even believe in God. And then she started going on a whole thing, and I was like, ma'am, stop. I don't give a shit. I already married him knowing that.
Why would you even know that was going to come with a spiel?
I just wanted her to shut up. And then she didn't. And then, like,
you wanted to show you would told her my husband is a deacon.
No, I feel like she still would have. But yeah, I wanted her to stop. She didn't stop, but continue what you were saying.
No, what I was just saying was, hold on, let me pull this up. In regards to the story, it was a story I was about to say, right?
It was, yeah.
Damn, I cannot recall what that story is about to be right now. Let me see. I'll cut this out.
You were saying that it was difficult for you.
Well, no, I said that
to
about
date Black, and then you were telling the story about how you had to slow it down for the girl and be like, most Black women believe in God, and it's hard for you.
No, yeah, that's what I had to explain that to her, and then once she realized that, it was like, okay, it's no big deal. I get what you were saying by that, but it just rubs people the wrong way. Like I just remember just talking about being open about that, and it just being people like bothered, like. That literally used to be a topic of conversation when people new people would come around. It
seems like a blasphemous thing for you to not believe in God.
No, but this used to be the funny thing, right? People used to always ask me. That's the first question they asked
you're
me.
going to hell. Technically, according to Christian, you're gonna go to hell.
Oh, for sure. Light me up. But no, it used to be a funny question that people used to ask me, right? They used to say, "Hey, why don't you believe in God?" Right? And I would tell them, because I've read the Bible. And that would be crazy because most people haven't read the Bible.
No, I haven't read the Bible at all. I haven't even tried.
People will say, I believe in God. I'm a Christian. They will put all this on the stuff. They'll say, Jesus, all this stuff, go to church. And then never once sat there and actually read any portion of the Bible. They don't even know a synopsis of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows I read it because I make jokes about it all the time. I made a Job joke the other day that she almost didn't catch. When we was talking about Meg.
Yeah, he definitely, he knows mad Bible stories and stuff. And I went to Bible study. I went to private school. I went to Catholic school. I used to be tested on the stories.
I was too.
In Haiti? No, not in the same ways that I was.
I was.
No! Let me tell this story. In Haiti.
Talk about
before, when you're going to school, you're all in the yard. Before you go to your classes, everybody lines up. The teacher asks each kid a question before you go into the class. If you don't get the first question correct, she keeps asking you questions. If it's like 3 questions you get wrong, you're standing outside all day. You don't go into the classroom. You're standing outside. They
ask you who this man is?
They don't call I don't know who this specific man is. I don't think that's Susan Louverture. So I don't know.
That's what somebody said in our comments.
Oh, did somebody say that?
Okay, your sock is in the shop.
Oh, my bad. But what was I saying? But yeah, it's not the same at all because
you said there was drill sergeant y'all in Haiti to walk in the classroom.
100%. Yeah, I went to Malian. It was a private Catholic all-girls school. Before you went inside, whatever lesson the night before was in religion, history, usually either of those topics it was one of those. It usually wasn't math. They didn't ask you to do math questions before you walked in. But if the teacher asked you a question and you got that question wrong, you were not allowed into the classroom. You stood outside for the rest of the day until whenever the teacher deemed it okay for you to come back in. But it was up to her discretion, and it was completely fine. The nuns would just walk past you.
I like how Haiti's staying on business.
Haiti always been standing on business, for real.
Haiti's staying on business.
They also used to beat us in that school.
See, it was funny. When I started my Christian school, that was the first year that they stopped allowing the teachers to strike the children. Radical idea, I know. All right, so let's listen to this.
I only got hit once. I was a good kid.
So this is the last Umar clip I want us to go over. This is him talking about Kanye West. And again, if you're a regular listener to our podcast, you understand that this man sounds exactly like me.
Get rapid fire with some of this because we got a lot of shit to talk about. We've
Sure,
been here a while. I want to ask you about your thoughts on Kanye.
My thoughts on Kanye. Number one, I got to give Kanye his props because Kanye West is the first black billionaire since Michael Jackson to unapologetically hold the European Jews accountable for their exploitation of black artists. He did it unapologetically, and he stood 10 toes down even when they started shaking down his pockets. No other celebrity has done that.
I'm asking.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
About
when he talked
the
about
whole
the
Adidas
European
thing
Jews,
and
how they control the artists, they control hip hop.
Can I tell you what he just recently said?
He did do that.
I saw the rant.
He's been ranting. So he said, "We're not black, we're Indian." He says that race is made up. Show me black on the planet.
Let me say this: Kanye West's father was a Black Panther, so I know he knows better. But let me go for him. Kanye, I believe, is still suffering from the grief and trauma of losing his mother.
Still?
I believe he hasn't processed that
I haven't lost
because
my
when
mother.
you're at that level of success, there's few people you can trust. Kanye needs to stop looking for white girls and get him some damn therapy. I believe Kanye is salvageable. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's one of the more honest, sincere artists we have at that level. I don't appreciate the bunny hopping. I don't appreciate the all-white entourages. I don't appreciate that. But if you said, Dr. Umar, there's only one celebrity you can grab right now to bring into your movement to liberate African people, it would be Kanye West. You know why? Because he showed me that at the end of the day, he will not sacrifice his principles for money. He showed me that with the Jewish ordeal. And I can't name another mainstream black celebrity who has done anything close to that in this day and time.
So then you don't
Give me somebody more sincere than Kanye at that level.
He also, by Dr. Umar's own standards, has not done shit for Chicago. Like Chance the Rapper has done way more for Chicago than Kanye has, and he's been famous for way less time.
But Chance isn't a billionaire, so that was his argument. He was just saying if I had to go to back,
regardless, Chance has done more.
But that's not what his argument was.
I'm not talking about for his movement. I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm talking about the conversation that they were having was about.
Oh, so he holds billionaires to a higher standard. That's what you were saying.
I mean, he was just the conversation was just about what billionaire he would go with in regards to assisting him in his mission.
No, I'm not talking about that at all.
I'm just talking about the video what we watched.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general, bringing up Chance the Rapper, because he didn't bring up Chance the Rapper at all. Chance the Rapper has done more for Chicago than Kanye has. Regardless, I'm like, I understand why he would choose Kanye as the person. Chance doesn't have
$1 billion.
Yeah, and Chance doesn't have the
He doesn't have $1 billion. That's the only thing.
The only reason I'm bringing up Chance is because he was talking about rappers doing things for their own communities. Before this clip, that was his own sentiment. Kanye has not done that for his own community, and people have criticized Kanye for not doing shit for Chicago, as opposed to another rapper who's from Chicago like Chance, who has from jump nonstop been doing shit for Chicago. But continue. And those two things, the clip doesn't have to do with what I just said.
That's very obvious. I think this is very clear that
stop being a dickhead.
I think it's just very clear. He's echoing a lot of the things that I've already said. Like it would just be me repeating myself. because even with Kanye, I've said Kanye is 2 books away from being able to say the right stuff. He just needs a lot of leadership and guidance.
Like I said the other day, I don't know if it was last episode, Kanye, yeah, that's what I said last episode. He always seems frantic in his delivery of things. He doesn't seem like he has a concise message. He needs to slow down. He needs to digest what he wants to tell us before he just spews it out. It's always jumping all over the place, and you sound crazy. So you stand on nothing when you sound crazy, when you can't even... It doesn't sound like it's clear what you want to tell me. Why would I listen?
And it comes even more cloudy when we have this new Ye apology that he posted in Hebrew. So I'm going to read off some of it.
So now you're taking 10 steps back because you posted it in Hebrew. Like, you might as well just keep on.
But, I mean, it wasn't as bad as John Cena. John Cena actually spoke Mandarin to the Chinese people to apologize for what he did. So
I don't even know what happened there. But
the crazy thing, all he did was acknowledge Taiwan as a country. And because they don't do that in China.
But because China is trying to take Taiwan. You saw the president, he was like, I'm taking Taiwan by any means necessary.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because they don't acknowledge
He's
it.
like, leave Taiwan alone. Like, what?
They don't acknowledge it as a sovereign entity, and in his conversation that he had, he did. And so that's why he apologized. That shit was nasty. You should really watch that. But Kanye, I sincerely apologize to the Jewish community for any unintended outbursts, in quotations, caused by my words or action. It was not my intention to hurt or demean, and I deeply regret any pain I may have caused. I am committed to starting with myself and learning from this experience to ensure greater sensitivity and understanding in the future. Your forgiveness is important to me, and I am committed to making amends and promoting unity. So somebody did a chat GDP with that apology, and they're saying that was his apology. So this was the prompt. I have publicly endorsed Hitler and made anti-Semitic comments. Can you write a public apology for me? Oh, man.
Has he publicly endorsed Hitler?
Yeah, when he was on Adam Jones, he was going crazy about Hitler.
That's crazy. Kanye, why was you...
He was talking about Hitler being his man. So hold on.
No, he wasn't.
This is what he was. He said I'm not going to say I don't hate Hitler. He was basically trying to be on some Jesus shit.
You're not going to say you don't hate
because
Hitler?
He was trying to be on some Jesus shit. Jesus wouldn't say he hate Hitler.
He was, yeah, but you're not Jesus, nigga. You are.
But that's what he's trying to be on.
That is unhinged.
So just to be fair, they did say that those AI detectors aren't accurate. So
okay,
that's funny that he did it in Hebrew though.
Honestly,
that nigga is such a great troll. You can't troll better than Kanye. Like he just understands trolling at a really great social level. Like it's impeccable. Shout out to Kanye, yo. Hope you get everything you want, man.
I hope you get some therapy and fix yourself.
You don't need no therapy, bro. You straight. Keep it thugging. Just tell Yes Jews, man.
Kanye is a Gemini like my husband.
And I mean, it is what it is, man. We legends in this. Shout out to me.
So
shout out to me, Prince and Kanye. That's all I got.
Oh my God. For the people, for when we get like super famous and the people are looking back and they're like, "Ooh, let's find out some history on them." I'm a Sag. I'm a Sag and my husband is a Gemini, so star chart wise, we're meant to be together.
All right, so you want to introduce this the Nicki Minaj versus Lotto topic?
Okay, so Nicki dropped her album Pink Friday 2.
Talk about it.
And on Pink Friday 2, one of my favorite songs that should have been in the mix today, but will be in the mix next week, was Fuck the Club Up. And this isn't a thing, but we're making it a thing because we like to start mess. We like to start shit. So
these
Lotto
women have beef, so
they have beef, but not this specific thing. Lotto put out a track called "Fuck the Club Up" a couple weeks ago with Glorilla, and then Pink Friday 2 drops, and Nicki Minaj put out a better "Fuck the Club Up" because that shit high heels on my kitties. Though say ain't goodbye, that's on my titties. Like that's my shit. She ate that up.
I'm not even gonna lie though. Lotto's song was a little bit better.
It wasn't.
I'm very much enjoying Lotto's voice. Like after that Waka shit she did, that trash, she's really been coming with heat. So I mean, I felt like her Fuck the Club Up was better. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't. Also, her Fuck the Club Up, she only had like one verse on it.
I mean,
it was her.
We didn't listen to the whole song.
We did. It was Glorilla was featured in it, so it wasn't her full song. So I'm not even gonna give her that fully in general because Nicki spit.
But Nicki had samples in her shit. This was more of a
was a sample too.
Song. No, I'm saying she had samples. There wasn't no samples in. There was a sample for the beat, but there wasn't no samples in the Fuck the Club Up part was a Waka sample. And that was in Nicki Minaj's shit.
Lotto's was a sample too.
I'm not
the
saying
Fuck the Club Up part was a
sample
sample too. I'm telling you.
She was the one saying it though.
Yeah, but the okay.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. There was Waka's version in Nicki's version, right?
Yeah.
They literally took his versions. That's what I'm talking about, that sample. Her shit was all original in regards to hers.
I'm just saying that hers was inspired by Lotto's was also inspired by something. She was just the one saying "fuck the club up" in her track.
Verse was hard too.
Glorilla's verse was fine.
No, her verse was hard. She went crazy.
Honestly, your opinion doesn't matter because as
My
far
opinion
as
matters way more than anything in this planet.
Your opinion doesn't matter at all because these are female rappers and both these songs are obviously for the girlies club tracks.
No, they're not.
And me as a girly.
Anything women do
me
is for the
as
male
a
gaze.
me as a girly, Nicki's verse like makes me a little bit more than Glorilla and Lotto's does. So they win. Period.
And you know what Lotto's
and
verse
then
makes
the next topic.
You know what Lotto verse makes me want to do? Spend money. That's more important than you.
Next topic.
Yeah, I won that. Give me that.
You get nothing.
Give me that. I thought it was crazy that when we were talking this morning that you brought up like even the notion of sport gambling when I had this topic that I wanted to discuss here.
I've just literally been seeing
did you get that from that nigga?
No, I've been seeing niggas making
That's part of my theory.
I've been seeing niggas making jokes on TikTok about how they girls doing parlays and hitting now. And then I've been seeing girls trying to teach other girls on TikTok what the whole thing is about because women generally have no idea. So the videos I've been seeing from women are them just explaining to other women what parlays are in general and how this is something that you could even get into if it's something that you wanted to get into. And then men are being like, why are y'all getting into this? And then that's what I've been seeing about it.
Are you attracted to the parlay?
I'm not attracted to gambling.
Are you not? You seem like a gambling kind of girl.
No, I'm not a gambling type of girl at all. My father has never played the lotto once in his life. That man, my entire life, was like, don't spend $1 on something that's promising you to maybe get money back. That's stupid as fuck. He's been telling me that my entire life. So gambling to me my entire life because of my father has just seemed like the stupidest shit in the entire world. Like I would never gamble.
Respectfully, that's not American logic.
No, but I'm not an American woman and my father's not an American man.
That's not American logic. This whole country is built on a bet. Okay.
Yeah.
If you not out here, what was the expression I used for you when we was talking the other day? Is scared money don't what?
Don't make no money.
So if you ain't willing to risk it, ain't no biscuit.
Yeah.
All right. So this is how it lives out here.
I'm scared money, definitely.
Like my dad, sometimes I remember one time I was talking to this nigga, right? And I was asking him like, man, let's put a little wager on something. you know, you and me can make some bet. He didn't want to put $50 on no bet. I was like, what kind of nigga is you? I ain't like that. My daddy didn't want to put no 50 biscuits on there. Like, come on, bruh. This ain't nothing but some baby ass money. Like, why you even acting like that? Like, I'll tell my dad when I gamble about something, and he'll look at me like, that's the worst decision I've ever made. Like, just because I lost. Like,
yeah, because, like, just the concept of gambling to potentially lose.
It's not to potentially lose, to potentially win, and I just lost.
But potentially losing is also equally
I remember
a possibility.
one time,
so it just seems like a stupid nigga thing to do.
I remember one time, right? I bet a game, and I bet the total sum of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And literally everything is good. I'm like, okay, we close. All I need to do is not get over this. And these motherfuckers hit a free throw with 3 seconds left in the game.
Oh, no.
And I lost by 1 point. And I promise you, my dad did not let me live that down for like 3 weeks.
I wouldn't let you live that down for at least 3 months.
And I'm sitting there thinking, bro, I did already made about 4
every
more
time.
bets.
Every time you walk in the door, look at this losing ass money ass nigga, losing ass money ass betting ass nigga.
See, that's why I don't tell niggas when I win. That is definitely why I don't tell niggas when I win.
Don't tell me when you win. Show me when you win.
I'm not showing you shit.
By showing up to my
You
boutique
didn't believe.
and buying me something.
You didn't believe.
I'm your wife.
Okay, but you didn't believe.
I don't have to believe in you.
Yes, you do. You got to be the main one. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me. You are a vile lady. You are a vile lady.
I'm your wife.
This is what needs to be said.
I can be your biggest hater.
This is what needs to be said, though. Okay? Because I don't have an issue with actual sports gambling in itself. But, like, I think people forget that gambling is addictive.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And if you got the app on your phone and you can wake up and fucking squirt it in your veins every morning, you gonna do that.
Yo, I don't think people understand. Like, I'm watching, like, even Joe Budden has a prize pick. You got Cam and Mace, Gilbert Arenas, even Need to Know. They all under underdog.
Funny Marco.
Who is he with? You know who he's with?
Breakbeat.
No, I'm talking about for the money, nigga. I'm talking about.
I don't know who he's betting with or what team.
Man, hey, I promise you, if you niggas right now are not adding the fact, because shout out to Rory Mall, they put that disclaimer in they shit. When they do the sports betting shit, they put the disclaimer, hey, gambling is an addiction. Like, why is that not being said? I'm listening to Joe shit. Y'all niggas is not talking about that. Y'all have no underlining, oh, this is a addiction, here's how to get help. Y'all niggas are going to get sued.
You're going to lose all of your money. Your children are going to start going hungry. You're going to lose everything.
I saw a tweet.
You're going to start selling pussy on OnlyFans.
Jesus, we talking
because you making parlays, bitch. Go to work.
Work don't pay enough. Parlay pay way more than the work. I would tell you that.
I know. I want to hit some parlays, but it's not in my blood. Like, it's literally against my genetic code to gamble.
No, I just think I think it's going to be interesting because I read a tweet that said that the sports gambling epidemic is going to be akin to what happened with the Oxy. Like, it's going to be on that same level.
God damn.
We're making it so accessible. Like, literally. Like,
I'm gonna start taking it. We need to start taking advantage of niggas when they have like gambling addictions. Like, we need to be on
a bookie.
We need to be on the street with 3 cups. 3 cups and a rock. Like, nigga, got you.
Man, I have a magic trick that I used on my brother-in-law one time. Man, I put
3 cups and a rock and a gun.
I had a trick.
We live in Atlanta.
I had a trick with with cards that I got my brother-in-law with. Man, I got $40. I mean, well, yeah, it was $40 off that nigga because I bet him 20, and then I won the 20 from him, and then I made him give me another 20 to teach him the trick, to tell him how I figured it out. So that shit was crazy. But no, I just think that, again, I need to gather some more information, but I really feel like, yo, a lot of y'all niggas are going to be part of this epidemic when it comes to, hey, y'all are at fault because y'all are pitching this to us every 30 minutes of y'all podcast.
I cannot wait. We need to brainstorm ideas to take advantage of these people.
Talking about the
This is how we do capitalism.
No, all this is going to be...
Get ahead of the curve and figure out how to exploit people.
Honestly, we're not going to be exploiting people because all this is going to be a simple payout that we're going to have to break up 25,000 ways. So
nah, we just like if everyone is addicted to gambling, we need to do some gambling thing in Atlanta that makes us mad money.
I mean, you want to be a bookie, you can be a bookie, but that's dangerous because you with a lot of people's money.
Yeah.
And then you have to enforce getting your money back.
Plus, I low-key want it to be legal, too. Like, I don't want to get fucked up.
I mean, being a bookie isn't necessarily illegal. It's just you have to enforce getting your money back.
I either want it to be fully legal or I want it to be so illegal that the
I don't think you're listening.
No, wait. Or
it don't matter how legal or legal it is.
I want it to be so illegal that the victims cannot report the crimes because the crimes are also illegal.
But that's not going to be the crime. The crime is going to be you having to assault them for your money. That's going to be the crime.
Oh, they don't. So how do bookies?
If you don't pay your bookie back, they send niggas to come get you.
We in Atlanta, niggas got guns. We can find.
It don't matter. These niggas got big ones.
We can find big gun niggas on our side.
I've had somebody call me before. A bookie called me before because of a friend owed them money. Like, that's how serious they get.
Which friend? Whisper to my ear.
I'm not telling that nigga. No, I'm not telling you. I'll tell you after we finish recording. I'm not telling you. But I've had a bookie call me because of a friend.
Not trying to be messy with me.
Nah. That nigga's still out here doing. I'm scared of that nigga.
I don't know this nigga though, right?
When a nigga come up, when you taking your trash out and put you into his car and drive you around your complex.
That happened to you?
Yes.
To get this nigga?
He just had a conversation with me.
The complex we currently live in. Babe, we need to move.
No, it's over with now. That wasn't none of my business no more. I told him that nigga wasn't my friend no more. I told him where he was. No, I set him up. I called. Hey, where are you trying to meet up to go get some food, bro? It's all on me. And I told him, hey, he gonna be right there. Go get him. And I ain't never talked to that nigga again.
Period. Because if you my friend and you doing some illegal shit,
it wasn't nothing illegal. It was just
you
had me involved with niggas that I don't need to be involved with.
If you my friend and you doing some sketchy shit, and I'm pulled into your sketchy shit somehow, I'm throwing you under the bus. Unless you're Joseph, then I'm doing crime with you. Other than that, I'm throwing you under the bus.
But no, what I was gonna say though, I wanted to get into because even with this whole sports betting shit, the payout is going to be minuscule to what they earn right now. I can almost guarantee you on that.
And Shem, I'm doing crime with you too, Shem. I love you.
But when I want to ask you, did you hear about what happened with Pornhub? Or excuse me, Cornhub? We got to make sure you say that. Cornhub?
I have no idea what happened with Cornhub other than the fact that they probably need to be shut the fuck down. There's like assault on there streaming.
So they just had a case that settled where they're going to have to pay like I think $1.8 million for essentially sex trafficking fees. So what happened was I was reading this article about it, and what it was basically saying was there was a company who was putting, adult film on their platform. They were requested by the people in the women inside the video to remove it. The company refused to remove it.
That happens a lot with Pornhub.
And Pornhub refused to remove the video on their end as well. So the judge ended up determining that due to what they declared as sex trafficking, that y'all niggas had to pay. But it's just crazy that $1.8 million. I feel like
does this not open up for a lot of people to be open to be able to do the same thing and get the same money from them? Because there's
but that's a little bit of money for what this is like you gotta think about it. This company was putting up multiple videos. So like I think it was probably like 3 or 4 ladies that was saying that was asking for videos to be removed and they didn't.
There have been
for like 3 years.
There's literally documentaries upon documentaries about how there's been grapes on Pornhub, snuff films, sexual assaults, non-consensual experiences and activities on Pornhub, and girls have been like emailing, being like, hey, this is me. This was not consensual. This was put up. Not only was the activity non-consensual, the taking of the video was non-consensual and the posting of the video was non-consensual, and it just gets put up. It's so many different accounts too. Like, it's so easy to just like download something and re-upload it. They have absolutely no there are people who like watch this stuff and make sure that there's not crazy stuff going on, but there's so many videos going up that like it can't be caught. And then I don't think they try to catch that. I genuinely don't, because if somebody's emailing you over and over and over again and they're saying like, hey, this is me, this is an assault that I experienced, and somebody is not only like, did they do this to me, they're gaining monetary value from it too at the same time, and you don't immediately take it down, or at least like
they demonetize it. That's the thing. They think in their mind, if they demonetize the video, that's enough.
It's not.
But the shame in the sharing is still there. And they just think that
you need to find that person's IP Pornhub. You need to turn it over to the authorities.
It's just crazy. Like you don't really think about it that much when you go onto these websites. It needs to be in your
terms and conditions that if you upload a video of non-consensual acts, that all of your information connected to that IP address will be immediately turned over to the authorities, and you will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
No, I mean, I would definitely agree. Like, you have to kind of be a lot more strict when you're involved in those kind of industries.
Yeah.
A lot of people are vulnerable at the time.
Yes.
Like,
and it's happening so often. And like the corn industry is the biggest industry, the most profitable industry. So you can make enough money. You can make enough money with consensual content. You can. I mean,
to those people, you can't really say that they're gonna make enough money, because how am I get? You can't say a free profit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Free profit over paid profit is never gonna be the same. But it's just crazy.
I'm saying the people who own Pornhub, like the people all the way at the top.
I mean, they're not worried.
They're making enough money.
It was $1 million. Like, the fee was $1 million. Like, if you're telling the company that we only got to pay $1 million for 3 years of sex trafficking on our website that made us probably multi-millions of dollars, fair enough. That's what they're gonna say.
That's just so fucocked up.
It is fucked up.
Somebody
but that's
needs
what
to go to
say.
jail. Somebody in Pornhub needs to go to jail. It needs to not just be a fee.
The fees could never match what the earning potential of it is.
Yeah,
like, it's just never gonna ever,
because that's the biggest corn site, period.
For sure. And then also you just got to think about like just all the different avenues that they have. They got the live streams, all this stuff. It's just, it would never come out. But I mean, to me, that's why I like to know the women's names. Like, if I can't go to your name and look up your IG or your Instagram or your Twitter or something like that, I don't feel comfortable looking at your video. I like to know your name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's a couple that I don't know.
The end of that made it better, because I was like, you want to know these bitches' lives and what they doing and they daily ins and outs. And
I just want to know that they're not sex trafficked.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I'm
sorry. I like.
Let me finish.
I'm sorry. I like to clean beat.
Your thing.
I was trying to make up a new word. I was trying to make a new phrase. Clean beat. I like the clean beat.
Well, I don't. When I'm trying to yell over you, you can't yell over me, because
it doesn't. No, it doesn't matter.
We gonna flip that though. That was nice. I like that.
I like the clean beat. You know, I like to make sure that I'm upstanding.
That was very chaotic, and I like that energy from us. I do. Gemini Sag.
All right. We gotta talk about our girl Tasha K, man. She's in the news again. Not for a crazy explosive interview or beef with Cardi B. She actually has a new op. And it's surprisingly not the person from Philly I thought it would be. Kevin Hart is suing Tasha K for blackmail.
Messy.
200. So apparently, this is what what's the little nigga on Twitter? Little nigga on Twitter that be putting the news. I don't know his name. Let me see if I can find it.
Like, I can only identify the black Twitter folks from their profile pictures. Like,
so you know Philip Lewis?
Yes.
That's what I was talking about, Philip Lewis. So He has
the face.
Yeah, he's reported
with the black jacket
with the background. He's like he's like this generation's D-Ray.
Yep, that's exactly. I have no idea what that man's name is, but I know his little icon.
He's definitely this generation's D-Ray in regards to just putting out information. Because D-Ray was like our dude for putting up information for like black shit. He just tell everybody mess. He like the chicks of Twitter.
Yeah.
So he said Kevin Hart is reportedly suing Tasha K for extortion after she allegedly threatened to release an interview with his ex-assistant. He claims he was told he could pay $250K to keep it from going public.
So
I think this has to go again with Tasha K just running her fucking mouth and not knowing how to talk.
Yeah, is because I was a little bit confused as whether this was blackmail or not.
Because this definitely could have been done in a way where he could not have got no blackmail off. One, you could have had like 5 parties away.
Yes.
Make this shit happen.
Yeah.
I bet she texted him on her phone.
You could have just told mad people who run their mouths that you have a Kevin Hart interview, like Kevin Hart's assistant interview, where there's shit that he wouldn't want to come out. Like, you got to just put that out in the like Hollywood-ish circle. It would eventually get back to him. He would pay you to not do that shit. But instead, you said, Kevin.
I feel like that's
you
what happened,
messy
right?
bitch.
I feel like she called him. Like, in my mind,
because
when
that
I read
Cardi lawsuit backed her in the corner. She need that money.
Yeah, for sure. She's extorting everybody. She's going after Will Smith, everybody. Anybody in Philly, y'all easy. Meek Mill, you next. Meek Mill is definitely coming up next.
Yeah, that's Diddy's new power bottom, allegedly.
Oh, my goodness. You didn't say that 2 weeks in a row. You need to be stopped, okay?
Allegedly. You
need to be stopped. That's your favorite word, too. You need to be stopped.
I went to school for journalism. Of course, allegedly is my favorite word. You're not about to sue me.
All right, you're going to be Meek Mill going to be suing Miss Reality.
Miss Reality said this is all alleged and none of it is facts.
I'm just trying to figure out, why does she feel like, where does this come from where you feel like you need to tell bruh, oh, we about to put the business out? Like, just do it. You gonna make money. You out here selling a whole subscription for the year full price. You are straight.
What does she have on Kevin Hart that can't come out? He already put out a little Netflix thing where we low-key think he might have allegedly killed his brother. And then he already done cheated on his wife and she took you back. It was on video.
So she did drop the video. And it was
you on video cheated on your wife and she took you back. What else do you have to lose? Tasha K put out that video, put out that interview.
No, she did. She put it out. She put it out a short time ago. It was.
Oh, and we have no idea about
Maisha.
it. So there was.
Maisha is the one that's the girl who named Maisha.
There was nothing in that interview that was of.
Let me see if I can.
Notable anything.
I'm gonna see if she got the trailer for it.
There was zero tea in that interview.
You don't know that.
It would have been all over the social medias and whatnot, regardless of the fact that it's behind a paywall.
Just because we missed that initial one wouldn't mean that.
Yeah, okay. Nah, but if she said something so salacious.
Okay, so right here, I'm gonna read the text. Mm-hmm. So full interview on TashaKLive.com for what's her price again? Was it like $48?
That shit is crazy. Yeah, for the
like
year.
$12 a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do your thing. No, was it $144?
Tasha K's subscription, whether you pay monthly or you pay for the whole year, equals out to the same amount of money. That's all I remember.
So
which was crazy. There's no discount.
Kevin Hart's personal assistant walks in on Kevin Hart with a female employee in his office doing something she knew wasn't good.
So the cheating, what have you witnessed besides everybody seeing the tape? What have you witnessed though, personal assistant?
I witnessed, there's a blonde girl who has this pretty curly hair. She's light-skinned, skinny. I think she's probably black and white, black and Spanish or something. She has like this fluffy, natural hair. He bought her in the office and she drives a Range Rover. That's how I know who it is. And Kevin drives his different cars.
Is that India?
She comes into the office, and when he introduced her to me, he said that she was his model for Hustle Heart, taking the Hustle Heart supplements and posting them.
Gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
And what'd you see?
Kevin and I, we shared an office. Kevin bought the entire floor. One side was Laugh Out Loud, one side was Heartbeat. And so he had the office. And then it was this big office, like the size of this room. And right here was my office. Right here was his office. He had a middle table, the conference room, and a bathroom, his dressing room, and a kitchen. I came in one day. I don't know if anything happened, but there was somebody in his office, and I was heading to mine because somebody just put a TV on my wall. Correct. Someone was supposed to put a TV on my wall. Okay. And I came in and I walked right back out, and I was like, whatever is happening in there, I know it's not good. I didn't see anything, but I left.
You heard noises?
Yes. I don't know what kind of, but it was something happening. I knew who was in there.
Who?
This is boring as fuck.
He ain't even in hotel rooms. He said, fuck
tell
that.
us
Last time I
something
got
for
caught up
real.
in a hotel room. Fuck this shit.
And that's why he wanted a shower. And he told his designer that he needed a new couch. And I told his designer, I said he needed a new couch because he wanted to fuck on his couch. That's what he needs it, because the one that you got in there is not comfortable enough to be pounded some cheeks. That's why he needs.
You know why I feel like it's shady?
Talk about it.
Because I feel like if you're a personal assistant or whatever, for real, like for a celebrity of that magnitude, you probably signed an NDA. So are you allowed to talk about this in the first place? Also, why are you know that like you're never going to be able to get a job doing the same thing. So why do you not give a fuck about this anymore? What happened? Like, do you just want to, did you just change career paths, or did something happen that like, you're like, I'm never going to be able to work in this field ever again, so fuck it, I'm going to just take everything down with me, you know? And then if that's the case, then I don't know if you're telling the truth. I don't think that Kevin Hart is faithful. Obviously, he's not. He probably did cheat on his wife more than just that time, because if you're bold enough to cheat on your wife and record it,
he didn't record it on purpose, though. In that situation,
that girl had a camera
she was
propped
trying to
up, right?
blackmail him,
Yeah.
So hold on, there's some more. Let's go into we know the niggas is cheating. All right, so according to Kevin Hart's assistant, he allegedly added an illegal shower to his office so he could clean up after sleeping with women behind Emiko's back. That's kind of genius, honestly. That's almost on par with R. Kelly and the bed in the studio. So there's more. According to Kevin Hart's assistant, allegedly his work scandals got so stressful that she told Emiko about him cheating on her with his attractive flight attendant.
So
there's more.
He got so stressed out that he told her about him cheating on her with a flight attendant.
According to Kevin Hart, assistant, he allegedly paid a stranger $4 million to switch seats with him during the accident to avoid a DUI.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Was that the one with his friends?
It was a couple years ago.
With the one with the friends with the car chipped over?
I think so, yeah.
But I thought he admitted that he was driving that vehicle.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's been in more than one DUI, though.
No,
or was it after?
He could have easily been in more than one DUI. But that particular situation, he was supposed to be, him and his friends was in a car together, and it flipped over, and he walked away safely. Remember, he ended up walking home? That's what the story was?
I don't remember.
No, there was a story. You guys can look it up. Kevin Hart flipped over his car and just gracefully walked home. I think he even had some injuries afterwards, but he just walked home after the accident.
You know what? Everything, that's crazy as fuck. The first thing that comes up is 2016 is him being arrested for a DUI, and he was held on $5,000 bond, which I don't think that's not
what
we're talking about. And then there was another one in 2020.
I think
is that what we're talking about?
I think that may be where he almost died.
Yeah, he avoided jail time, and he pleaded no contest to one count of driving under the influence.
I don't know if that necessarily was the point, but there is one conversation where it was him. The story he said was he was him.
He
and
got 3 years probation.
3 other people. It was him and 2 other people. It was a guy and a girl, and he said the car flipped over multiple times, and he didn't end up getting out and just walking.
Wow,
home.
he was fined $390.
Yeah, that's sick.
And he had to undergo 3 months of alcohol education classes.
All right, we can wrap up with this last topic. So, I've been looking on my timeline. Granted, I am nasty man, so there are some things that may not be on the normal people timeline. Tramp stamps are making a comeback. I'm with it. I'm excited. I seen one girl that said like, "Go deeper, come harder." Like I appreciate this brand, this generation.
He doesn't appreciate this generation of girls.
I do. I appreciate this generation of girls.
I'm his
back.
wife. If the first time that we had sex, he bent me over and there was a tattoo that said "Go deeper," I wouldn't have this ring on my finger.
Yeah, but if it happened like because of me, that'd be different.
So if I, on Valentine's Day, got a tattoo on my back that says "Go deeper," you would love that?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
You need to be mad at it.
Why?
You need to be.
If you
know what?
I
was my favorite.
If you keeping that pussy sacred, then ain't nobody gonna see it but me. So what it matter?
One of my favorite comedians was like, "This is why."
I'm mad you're not gonna acknowledge that.
No, I'm acknowledging it right now. This is what I'm telling you. I was listening to him this morning. One of my favorite comedians is Josh Johnson, right? So he was talking about this morning.
Sweet nigga? That's a sweet nigga. The nigga sound like he a little fruity.
That nigga is just a man who grew up in the South that never fought, and he has a fro, and he's skinny and tall and lanky, and you think he fruity, but he don't give me fruity. He just give me nerdy non-hood nigga. Like, he doesn't give me fruity at all. But he's like literally the niggas I used to hang out with. Like my friends, my group of friends back in New York, that's the energy they give. Niggas be thinking they gay sometimes too, which is crazy. Them niggas are not gay at all. But niggas do be thinking my male friends are gay. But Josh Johnson was like, because you said that I could get a tramp stamp, he was saying that like married people are more normal because you have somebody to check your fucking nonsense. Like you saying that me getting a tramp stamp is okay. That's crazy.
It don't mean nothing if I'm the only one seeing it.
No, you need to be the one saying, "No, babe, you cannot get a tramp stamp because everyone is going to think that you are a whore."
But
when we go on vacation,
you're going to be my whore.
When we go to the pools,
I'm okay with it because I know that it happened after me.
First of all, I'm very skinny, which means that like I don't have big titties. I can get away with a lot. I wear lots of like crop tops, midriff, back out stuff all the time. That's what you want niggas to see?
I didn't say that. I said
when I'm wearing just like a crop top and some jeans.
See, that's just the hardest part where people ask like, "What's the challenges of?"
Nah, but that's
you're not listening
part of
to
it.
You're not listening to what I'm saying though.
I'm Dr. Umar it up.
No, you're not. You just cut me off.
Yeah, that's what he was doing to ish.
What I'm saying is because of my previous knowledge, it does not matter what tattoos and all that stuff you get on because I know that happened after me.
Oh, okay. So you don't care what people think about me because you know who I am in your heart.
Oh no, I'm just saying because.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying because I know that
it was so sweet that way. I thought you were gonna be like, "Yes, baby. I don't care if everybody thinks you're a whore because I know you're my whore."
No, it was because I know where they come from. I can point that. If you had them tattoos,
I was gonna give you a kiss and everything. Let's move on.
If you had them tattoos before we met, then no, I would be judgmental. But
yeah, you wouldn't have put a ring on my finger if I had a tattoo that said "Go deeper" on my back.
Yeah, no, I probably would not even remember your name. But
you would have saw that tattoo and been like, "Okay, this is the last time I'm ever seeing this and her ever again."
Yeah, it just would have been. It would have been a funny topic on a podcast one day.
Yeah, 100%. The podcast that went nowhere because them niggas was trash for real.
Talk about it.
50 views at most. Ooh, I love y'all as his friends, but as podcasters, y'all were genuinely trash. I hope y'all don't feel away if y'all listening. If.
Talk about it. All right, now we can pretty much wrap it up here, unless we want to talk about me on Spaces with Rory and Maul.
You can talk about it real quick. First of all, my Christmas Eve was completely ruined
This is definitely second hour material.
Ruined because this man wanted to be on Twitter Spaces with Joe Budden, which, like, I guess, you know, but I'm a very sentimental person. I wanted Christmas Eve to be me and my husband doing Christmas things. This was our first Christmas married. I wanted it to be sentimental and special. I don't care how irrational I'm being. I don't care if you wanted to work for the betterment of us. I don't give a fuck. You pay attention to me.
Joe Post.
He was on Twitter Spaces.
Joe Post.
He did
Danny's
get on
picture
stage.
on his Avi.
He did get on stage and stuff. He was able to speak on Twitter. Joe heard him. Maul heard him. Rory heard him.
That was today.
Everybody heard him. But you got on stage last time too.
I wasn't on stage.
It was
Joe
brief,
was on
but
stage.
it was still, regardless, like you still were able to like do briefly what you wanted to do. But I don't care.
I just want to chop it up
why.
with the guys. Just want to chop it up with the guys. That's all.
Is that all?
Yeah. I told him. I did tell him. I did tell him.
Because you said that was for work.
It was for work. But
And for our the pod.
It is for the pod.
If you just wanted to chop it up with the guys.
I felt like
I respect it less now.
I have to make it cool. I can't just be like, oh, I'm trying to promote. That sounds lame. I'm doing it under the guise of chopping it up with the fellas.
Okay.
But it was funny. I did tell him you wouldn't let me buy the Patreon. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not letting.
I said my wife said y'all ain't my niggas like that, so I can't buy y'all Patreon.
No, he got bills to pay, and he's the only one paying them. So he needs to save his money to keep the lights on and to keep Chanel bags on my arm.
I'm sorry, Roy and Mark.
Fuck your Patreon, Joe Budden.
I can't purchase the.
This is my husband. He is providing for me, not for you. So he's not going to be buying your Patreon.
I can't be out here shelling out the OnlyFans and the Patreon.
Meanwhile, I will be paying for Poor Minds Patreon because Lex and Drea, y'all are my bitches.
You're not about to be paying
y'all
for them to be
bitches.
no.
Nah,
just like them ain't your bitches. Them ain't your bitches. Like you said, Roy and Marley, my niggas. Them ain't your bitches.
I've literally met them and they've literally shouted me out positively on their podcast versus Flip being a fat, ugly piece of shit.
We talking about Roy and Maul. I made Maul laugh today. And I made Roy laugh.
You want me to give you points because you made a man laugh?
Yeah, I mean, you want me to give you points.
Take the dicks out of your mouth.
You want me to give you points because you bought a girl something that she didn't even purchase. Yeah, and the nigga didn't even. She bought it. The nigga bought it.
I made money off of her purchasing that.
That's cool.
Did you make money off Maul laughing?
I felt better about myself after it.
Take his dick out of your mouth.
Don't disrespect me. Watch your mouth. I might spill that all over you. All right, we're gonna wrap it up now because she in her little drunk states now. We gotta get out of here. We gotta call.
He's just saying that.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Me telling a man to take another man dick out of his mouth, very sober New York Farrah behavior.
No, we gotta end this now. She's being vile. All right. So, is there anything else you want to wrap it up with before we go?
Nah, follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all of the things. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do all of the likes and comments and all of that. We appreciate you if you have already done so. Go ahead, baby.
All right, we out.
Bye.